Saeed, I'm listening to your show on the Kevin De Bruyne chat, and boy, listen, uncomfortable conversations are going to happen tonight. Trust me, because this Kevin De Bruyne brother, he will not be denied anymore. Impossible. Uncomfortable conversations will be happening tonight.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Big Six. Apparently, uncomfortable conversations are on the horizon tonight. Big up THUGGEry. There was nothing to clip from the weekend, but listen, there is a big conversation to be had, and I'm glad TOBS introduced it there in the intro. But let's big up Skull for the intro, big up the panel as usual, and more importantly, big up every single one of you that are tuning in, waiting. I know we're late again. I see late 6 comments. There's even a super chat there that says late 6 too. Big up Pete. Apologies, love for the love. But listen, we're back. Review half of game week 21, most of game week 21. 4 of the Big Six played, 1 Big Six fixture, and obviously we're back end of the week to preview the remaining 2 Big Six teams that didn't play this week because of the winter break. So make sure you're there, subscribe, notification bell on, all of that. Us 6 are linking up. Actually, I say us 6, 7, including Skull, linking up over the next couple of days. We've got Saeed coming down from Manchester in the morning, Hugh coming down from Ireland in the morning. And we've got some bits to record, some content to do, so make sure you're subscribed, people. I can't tell you anymore. Subscribe right here, and the individual channels are in the description below. It's customary to start with the Big Six fixture, but at the same time, the Big Six fixture didn't have a winner in the end. There is still much to discuss from it, but the intro kind of, TOBS made a point. There's an uncomfortable conversation to be had. I think the better fixture of the weekend was the Man City win against Newcastle. Coming back from behind, Bruyne off the bench, 3 goals and assists in 60, 70 minutes of football since he's been back already. But TOBS, what were these uncomfortable conversations, my bro?
I mean, it's for everyone to have, really, because obviously Kevin De Bruyne comes back, and the discourse is on where does he rank with the all-time Premier League midfielders, and the uncomfortable conversations is not denying Kevin De Bruyne's brilliance anymore and actually accepting that, yes, Kevin De Bruyne may just be better than your legend's legend. We just have to put it that way. He just might be better.
Why is he doing my job for me, man? I feel a bit.
Yes, you should do it. Don't ask me.
You're talking in midfield department now, right?
Yeah, he's actually, Hughie, he's actually been doing your job for you all kind of week. Like, if you go on, anyone follows Toby on Twitter, like, if you go on his timeline, you wouldn't think he's a Spurs fan. Like, you'd think he's a City fan, which is fine. No problem. No problem. No problem.
All right. Can we get one thing clear? Can we get one thing clear? Yeah, before you go in, yeah.
When you don't have your own all-time suggestions, you have to obviously, yeah.
So I'm not even going to start on the all-time yet.
Oh,
so
Matisse, yeah.
I think he's reciprocating because I put him on with Ange. and now he's like, I gotta.
A lot of these weirdos and virgins in my comments were doing all this. Stop dick riding City. I'm like, shut your mouth, man, bro. Am I not allowed to enjoy good football? I was watching that Newcastle game, and until Newcastle flipped it, bro, the football that Man City were playing for 30 minutes, nobody here can sit and tell me that wasn't some of the best football we've seen so far this season. They literally dominated that game from start to finish, penned them in, creating opportunities, right? It was brilliant football. And then on Kevin De Bruyne, just go through my Twitter. Like, I've been waxing lyrical about Kevin De Bruyne.
That's what I said.
I've been waxing lyrical about Kevin De Bruyne for years, bro, because this guy's been the best midfielder in the league, in my opinion, for the last 5 years. He's been the best midfielder in the league, and he's been the best midfielder in the world, in my opinion, for the last 3 or 4 years.
There's nothing uncomfortable about that. Absolutely
no, that's not the uncomfortable part. The uncomfortable part is comparing him to your legends. That's the uncomfortable part.
That's where it gets uncomfortable for you as well. But we'll get to
why?
You do mean midfield. You mean midfield, right?
Turkish is not trying to hear any Henry slander.
No, I put him up there with Henry. I think De Bruyne and Henry sit at the table on their own. I think those two sit at a table on their own. Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry, and everybody else is below them. I think those two. I think I'm happy. Like, my opinion is De Bruyne is the greatest player.
Look at GRIZZ licking his lips.
Listen. Let me go for it, man. Let me go for it.
Let him land.
I'm happy to have the debate in this one because I think it's open between Kevin De Bruyne and Henry. And football's so subjective as to what you love and what makes you feel certain ways and that kind of thing. But my opinion is Kevin De Bruyne is the greatest player to ever play in the Premier League, and the only player who sits at the same table as him is Thierry Henry. Just two, like the words like hero, legend, football genius, they get thrown around nowadays, TOBS, far too easy.
Hey, why did you have to slip in that last bit?
Because they do, bro. But Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne are two genuine football geniuses. Like I did a show on my own personal channel after the game against Newcastle about this. Is Kevin De Bruyne the greatest player to ever played in the Premier League? And I said, when you look at that assist Kevin De Bruyne got for Oscar Bob, who else can do that? Who comes to your mind and that can do that? The first one that comes to me is Henry. Henry would do things like that. Kevin De Bruyne has been doing things like that for time. And I think people sometimes allow nostalgia and eras to get in the way of accepting the fact that, you know,
let him
finish, man. Let him land, man. Let him land, innit? Let him finish. You said it, then you don't let him finish.
Kevin De Bruyne, for me, is the greatest player to ever play in the Premier League. Henry's up there with them. Those two, it's their own table. I'm cool with Arsenal fans saying Henry. I'm not going to argue tooth and nail about that. But for me, it's Kevin De Bruyne.
I just, you know what? People are saying defend. Listen. He said Henry. That's his opinion. He's a Man City fan. I want to just rewind a little bit because I just clarified that TOBS didn't mean Henry. That's why I was asking about midfielders. Let's talk about who he meant by the whole legend and all of that. Because
that's what we need to know.
I have a question. I know who he's talking about, so let's not waste time. He's talking about Lampard. Let's not waste time. He's talking about Lampard. He's talking about Gerrard.
It's not just him. No, I didn't mention Gerrard.
Hold on.
Didn't mention Gerrard.
Okay, you're talking about Lampard, potentially Gerrard, Scholes, Vieira, all these guys. Do you, in this conversation, does it matter? Because I'm going to defend my guy, right? Of course, GRIZZ will defend his guy, and we'll take it to court. Does it matter that my guy played 609 times in the Premier League and Kevin De Bruyne has played 244 times? Does that matter in your analysis? I want to ask less than half the games.
I'll throw you this. How many appearances?
He's done research coming into this.
I'll throw you this. Go. So research how many appearances Ryan Giggs has made in this Prem.
He's right up there with Gareth Barry. He's right up there.
No.
He's right up there.
Oh yeah, he's right up there. Okay, and how many appearances did Eden Hazard make in this league?
I can check for you.
Check. I want the numbers. And then once you found out the numbers for both, then tell me which player you rank higher in Premier League history. If I asked you right now, who would you say was the better winger in Premier League history? You're going to tell me the latter instead of the former. Yes or no?
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, no, but I don't think Giggs.
Okay then.
I don't think Giggs was the same level as Hazard at his peak though.
Okay, so now let's flip the script. You're gonna tell me Lampard.
Wow.
No, wait. Now let's flip the script. You're gonna tell me Lampard. Obviously, he got top 3 in the Ballon d'Or. Great, Lampard, fantastic, elite. Lampard, world class player, easily top conversation for top 5, easily top 10, no debate. All-time Premier League midfielders. But we're talking about prime versus prime, player for player, attribute for attribute. Tell me what Lampard can do that Kevin De Bruyne can't do. Tell me.
I think they're in the same table, but I'd say
no. But I want you to answer my question. What sets Lampard apart from Kevin De Bruyne? What can Lampard do that Kevin De Bruyne can't do?
I don't think there's anything Lampard can do that Kevin De Bruyne can't do, right?
Okay, and now let me tell you apart from the fact that Lampard can keep himself a lot fitter in terms of matches played because Kevin De Bruyne's missed a lot of football. That's what Lampard can do that maybe De Bruyne can't.
And De Bruyne still has better stats per minute
played
as well.
Fair, but Kevin De Bruyne's assist numbers, correct me if I'm wrong, are right up there. Despite
they are right level with him.
They are right. Okay, cool. Check. So not Kevin De Bruyne. Okay, fine. But Kevin De Bruyne is a goal scorer. He scores a lot of goals. He scored a lot of goals in the Premier League. He hasn't. Lampard. No one's going to take the goal scoring feat away from Frank Lampard. If you want to talk about the best goal scoring midfielder in the Premier League, it's Lampard, no question. If we're talking about the best all round midfielder in the Prem, I'm ranking Kevin De Bruyne higher than Frank Lampard because fundamentally, Kevin De Bruyne is just a better midfielder than Frank Lampard. Better athlete, better passer, just as good a shooter, right? Just as deadly on set pieces. and just a better football technician. Some of the passes Kevin De Bruyne plays, it's unbelievable. Kevin De Bruyne is genuinely one of the best passers I've ever seen play football. Hand on heart. He is one of the best passers I've ever seen play football. When we go attribute for attribute, as much as I get your point on legacy, longevity. Like, we just have to call a spade a spade. Like,
I don't. But so where I disagreed with you in the chat was you said he's clear. I don't think you can say that anybody is clear of Frank Lampard. I'm sorry.
No, I think Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think it is disrespectful. Kevin De Bruyne. When you watch, bruv, the best version of Frank Lampard is not as good as the best version of Kevin De Bruyne. He's not.
I don't think there's much in it. I really don't.
How is there not much in it?
We're talking about the best version of Frank Lampard, right? Up against some of the best midfielders you've ever seen in your life, right? And have you not seen massive performances? So when you're saying the best version of Lampard, I don't think you're. I think you're doing him a massive discredit. Like, I don't think you actually realize what the best level of Frank Lampard is capable.
But Matisse, we're talking about when we're having these conversations, we're talking about the very best, right? So already,
let me ask you, what is the best version of Lampard not capable of doing that De Bruyne can do? The best version of Lampard.
He can't pass like Kevin De Bruyne.
He can't pass like him.
Yeah, he can't pass like Kevin De Bruyne.
The best version of him, he can't pass like him.
No. Okay, so now you're twisting words. I didn't say he can't pass. Frank Lampard was an accomplished passer, but I said he cannot pass like Kevin De Bruyne. He can't do it. So what are we saying here? He cannot pass like Kevin De Bruyne. He can't.
He can't.
So why we? So when you're asking me what can't he do, he cannot pass like Kevin De Bruyne. He can't slice defenses like Kevin De Bruyne. And the things that he can do, Kevin De Bruyne can do them just as well. You want screamers, Kevin De Bruyne can give you that. You want left foot power drivers, Kevin De Bruyne can give you that. If you want goals, Kevin De Bruyne can give you that. Kevin De Bruyne can give you everything Frank Lampard can give you, and more. Kevin De Bruyne can pick up the ball in his own half, carry it past 2-3 players, and smash it top bins. Frank Lampard is not carrying it past 2-3 players and smashing it top bins. He's a way better athlete. So respectfully,
he's a better athlete. I'll give him that.
Respectfully, it's not a diss to say that Kevin De Bruyne is clear of Frank Lampard. It's not a diss.
Now, can I ask you a question, Toby? What category are you putting De Bruyne in? Attacking midfielder, central midfielder? Where you putting him?
Now we're getting somewhere, little bit. I like
that's the thing that has to be.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay, but
that's the thing that has to be praised with Kevin De Bruyne. That's the thing.
No, I'm just asking a question. I'm not. Don't need to get defensive suddenly because I've asked a relevant question.
You have to look at the GRIZZ, the evolutions that Kevin De Bruyne has also gone through. He's the only player.
Oh, we're gonna bring in evolutions as well. Yeah. Another great point made. This is what adding.
Exactly.
Kevin De Bruyne has played left mid, right mid, false 9, centre mid, attacking mid, number 10, all these positions. He's gone through all the different evolutions of Pep Guardiola styles of football, whether it's false 9, inverted fullbacks, inverted wingers, inverted centre halves, out and out strikers. And the one constant of all these teams was Kevin De Bruyne being world class and elite. He's able to adapt.
Oh no, I disagree with that. I absolutely disagree with that. Absolutely.
What's to disagree with?
With the constant. And you've gone through some. See, this is the thing. I actually think you're being disrespectful, and I've said this before when it comes to Man City and some of the fans. You're actually being disrespectful to, in my opinion, some of the all-time Premier League great midfielders as well. In that case, because if you're saying Kevin De Bruyne's position, for me, Silva was one of the all-time greats in that position. And then there was Yaya Toure, who I consider as one of the all-time great midfielders in world football. So if you're saying KDB is just the only constant, that's a massive disrespect to Aguero, Yaya Toure, Silva, Fernandinho was one of the all-time greats.
My point was in the Pep Guardiola era at Manchester City, which Kevin De Bruyne has been a part of the whole thing.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yaya was a part of the very beginning of Pep Guardiola's era. Yaya's gone a long time now. De Bruyne has won 5 league titles under Guardiola, 5 very different teams in their own right as well. And Kevin De Bruyne has been a constant in all of them.
Yeah, but this is why I don't want to go. In these kind of conversations, we have to keep the decorum.
Yeah.
We don't want to disrespect any of these greats that we're mentioning. And I mentioned Lampard in those. No, I'm just saying.
I'm talking about the Pep Guardiola era.
I'm not talking about you. Why are you still hot? I'm not talking about you.
Because you didn't.
I'm talking about everyone else.
I'm talking about all of us. A completely different topic.
I'm not. I'm bringing my talk on the topic.
I was talking about the Pep Guardiola era. You're talking about Silva and Yaya Toure.
Wasn't he part of the Pep era? Weren't they part of this Pep era?
Pep Guardiola's been, or De Bruyne's been a part of the whole thing. Silva
Sure,
and
but
Torre
you said
haven't.
the only constant, like as in he was the main piece you were trying to say. He was not.
Well, because he's still
Until
here.
in this
he's been
position,
through every transition of Pep Guardiola football. Torre and Silva were.
but his numbers haven't started up like has since he's been in this position, in this free role, in this number 10 and behind the striker. He's excelled. He's gone on to another level in this position, granted. And I agree with everything Toby said about De Bruyne himself per se. But if we're saying it's an uncomfortable conversation in terms of he's clear of some of the names that we're about to bring to the table, then I think it's only uncomfortable for the person that thinks it's uncomfortable.
I agree.
It's not.
There's no way he can be clear.
Very comfortable.
I think it's
with
very
my
fine
legend.
margins.
I'm sure SAEED is very comfortable with his legend, and vice versa for all the others. I'm very comfortable in talking about Steven Gerrard absolutely being at that table, because I'm going to come with loads of evidential facts, figures, stats. It might bore you to death, but I'm gonna bring it. So
for the record, Frank Lampard is Frank. To reiterate, Frank Lampard is at the table, right? But when we're talking about top 5, there's been too many. I feel like there's the way I look at it is like there's a mix of around maybe 9-10 midfielders where like it's automatic, like they have to be in this list. And then once it gets past a certain point, maybe 6th and higher, that's when it's like you can't really say, oh, there's just one. Oh, one is absolutely clear of the other. But what I'm saying is, if I'm comparing Kevin De Bruyne and Frank Lampard, I can see a distinct difference in terms of the quality that both players bring. It's not to diminish Frank Lampard. It's not to say that Frank Lampard didn't have tech. I think Frank Lampard's tech is massively understated. People just look at him as like a goal scoring merchant. He played as an 8. He played as a 10. He could pass. He could score some great goals, and his left foot was really, really good. He was a fantastic player, elite player, right? But then
that's why I think when earlier you've created this gap, which really shouldn't be there.
There is a gap though, because let me give you an example. So it's not just Kevin De Bruyne. It's not just Kevin De Bruyne.
You've seen what Lampard's done on the Champions League stage, whether it's Champions League final against Manchester United, whether it's lobbing goalkeepers from bylines against Barcelona, going up against some of the best midfielders. I'm not sure how you're able to say that there's such a distinct difference. You've seen De Bruyne of recent years do some great things, don't get me wrong, which is why I'm saying he's definitely at the table. But I honestly don't think you're paying enough attention to what Frank Lampard's been doing.
But Matisse, I've already given you my reasoning for that, though, right? Because I think when it comes to trophies, Kevin De Bruyne can size up to Frank Lampard. When it comes to ability
if somebody doesn't have the physical attributes, surely they should get quite a bit of credit for that they were able to hang in this group without the physical attributes that you're talking about. De Bruyne.
No, but I didn't. But again, you're confusing me saying Frank Lampard wasn't as athletic as.
I don't think that's a negative.
But it's not a negative. I'm saying it's a reason why I rank Kevin De Bruyne higher than Frank Lampard. I'm not saying Frank Lampard had no sort of physicality. I'm saying Kevin De Bruyne is a super athlete. He is. He's agile, he's fast, he's strong, he takes the ball, he'll carry it past players for fun. He's tireless, bro. And I'm not saying Frank Lampard don't work hard. So you're
now because he's got countless defining moments. The thing with De Bruyne is when things are important and things really get serious, De Bruyne always.
So does Lampard.
But you could say that for all of those midfielders. You could say that for all of those.
I wouldn't even say De Bruyne's an athlete.
Of course he's an athlete. Wait. Why isn't he an athlete?
I can't lie to you. I wouldn't even really kind of look at De Bruyne and be like, he's an athlete. Like,
he's an athlete.
Torres an athlete.
No. See, sorry.
Vieira, athlete. Like, I wouldn't really call De Bruyne an athlete.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? This is you're doing. This is a white man. This is a white man can't jump. This is a white man can't jump.
No, don't do
that.
No,
big man thing. No, genuinely, big man thing. It's a white man can't jump analysis because Kevin De Bruyne. No, big man thing. It is because Kevin,
I wouldn't say he's an athlete.
No. It is, bro.
Player. He's
bro.
In that final third is unbelievable. He can dictate play. He's a complete footballer. But what I would say in terms of athlete, Not for me. That's just my own
If
opinion.
Kevin De Bruyne is not an athlete, I have no idea what Frank Lampard
That's crazy. How can you say he's not an athlete? Why is he not an athlete?
I wouldn't say
Kevin De Bruyne is not an athlete. Frank Lampard's a full-time McDonald's.
Not in my
I have
book
no
for
idea
me.
what you're talking
Hugh,
about.
Hugh, I want you to hold on. Hugh, I want you to watch it with the disrespect. My brother doesn't get injured. Do you understand? My brother doesn't get injured. Every single season, 20 goals. Not every season and a half, and then goes injured for half the season. You win a title without him season. Every single season, you saw Frank Lampard's name. Top 10 all-time assists and goals. Only Rooney is with him. Do not disrespect.
Okay. So let's not do the disrespecting. Yeah? Let's not do the disrespect. I want to zero in on Saeed's comment here because we haven't even gotten to the guys like
about this conversation now. We're listening about Scholes now.
No. Okay, yeah. Before you talk about Scholes, sorry.
Consistently.
No. Before you talk about Scholes, I want you to go back on what you said about Kevin De Bruyne.
I think longevity on this panel.
Okay, cool. Spin the block.
I don't know why we're looking down on longevity. Yeah, De Bruyne has done mash work for the last 4 or 5 years, but I think you're looking down on Lampard's longevity. I think you're looking down on Gerrard's longevity. Maybe that's a disservice to them, and maybe we're looking at that and thinking, you know what, it's worked against them. But these guys are playing at top level year in, year out until when Lampard, when did he really kind of peak off? 33, 34? I think at 34 he went to the MLS, didn't he? Scholes, year in, year out. He came out of retirement and still won a league title, Man United, mate, and played at highest level, dictating the game at his level. So, end of the day, you could talk about De Bruyne and whatnot and etc., etc. Put some respect on these legends, man. Paul Scholes, Steven Gerrard. I think recency bias for me is killing the game. And you lot, Hughie and Toby, it's recency bias. After one game, Kevin De Bruyne is put.
Kevin De Bruyne is playing in the league 8-9 years. He just arrived last week.
Put respect on his legends.
For starters, don't bucket me and Hugh into one. I didn't say Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder of all time. I didn't say that. I haven't mentioned Steven Gerrard because Steven Gerrard is my number one. Gerrard is my number one. Oh,
yeah. I didn't do that. I would never freeze him on saying Steven Gerrard is the goat.
I forgot too much.
Can I add, right? I know I'm not the only one that heard that. TOBS has said so much that it's taken a while for me to even process it. He said that Lampard can't dribble, right? Like as if his close control is not. It's not like his close control is not on point.
I'm good with that.
Like his close control.
Sorry, I don't know what.
Who's dribbling ability is better? Is it Lampard or would you say Gerrard's?
What are you talking about?
You said that Lampard can't dribble, so I want to ask you.
I didn't say Lampard can't dribble. Why? What? I said Lampard can't. Can you stop? No, wait. Sorry. Can we reel up, please? Because you keep lying here. First you said I said Lampard can't pass. Now you're saying I said Lampard can't dribble. I said he can't do these things like Kevin De Bruyne. That's what I said. Stop lying. Stop lying because you don't like what I'm saying. Stop lying. It's pissing me off. Stop your lies. You're gonna get all your dumb minions. You're gonna get all your dumb minions to start chatting shit in the comments and start saying things I've not said. I did not say Frank Lampard can't dribble. I said he can't carry the ball like Kevin De Bruyne. Saeed made a nonsensical statement that Kevin De Bruyne is not an athlete. This guy is in the 90th percentile for progressive carries. This guy takes the ball from the halfway line and carries it past 2 or 3 with ease, bro. So you saying that he's not an athlete is mental to me. How is he not an athlete? He beats guys in duels. He carries the ball up and down the pitch. What about him is not athletic? What about him is not athletic? It's nonsense. It's a nonsense statement, and it's baseless.
Paul Scholes himself.
There's no facts behind it.
Nothing athletic about him. Paul Scholes says himself, "I wasn't athletic. I wasn't a
I haven't said Paul Scholes athletic. Have I said Paul Scholes athletic? I haven't said anything about Paul Scholes.
But you're the one saying recency bias and you're disrespecting legends and all this kind of thing. You clearly mean Paul Scholes. You're both heard about the fact that Kevin De Bruyne.
No.
And then sorry. And Matisse,
like I said to you, Matisse's main argument is to have it against Lampard. I don't think he's even wants to even talk about Gerrard and Scholes.
Yeah, I didn't say. Listen.
I think this convo is about Kevin De Bruyne and Lampard. That's why
it's not just Kevin De Bruyne. It's not just Kevin De Bruyne and Lampard.
I really do.
It's not just Kevin De Bruyne and Lampard because I think
you're really talking about.
It's not just Kevin De Bruyne and Lampard.
Idealistically, they're the most kind of two that you kind of maybe look at, compare the styles together.
I think
maybe they're two the closest you're going to look at.
The thing is, I think there's the reason why I mentioned Lampard is because I think from a technical perspective, Kevin De Bruyne is just a better footballer than Frank Lampard. I don't think it's as clear cut as that for guys like Steven Gerrard and Paul Scholes because I think those two were better footballers than Frank Lampard. Even though Frank Lampard got the stats, etc., and had technical quality, I felt that Paul Scholes and Steven Gerrard were better footballers than Frank Lampard. Not by like streets ahead, but a clear gap in terms of footballing ability. You made a point around
Gerrard's a better
Gerrard and Lampard. Steven Gerrard carried the ball for fun, bro. For fun. So you even talking about Gerrard and Lampard ball carrying. It's a non-starter. It's a non-starter. It really is. His engine
in this kind of situations.
Yeah, go on, Grizz. Go on.
Yeah, look, in these kind of debates, what's going to happen? We're going to rep our player, right? Everyone's going to rep their boy.
Can I do something then, Grizz? Can I quickly do something then? Excluding Matisse, we're going to go around quickly, yeah? Starting, well, we know TOBS is one. Grizz, at their peak, Lampard or De Bruyne, who do you take?
I'll take De Bruyne.
SAEED, at their peak, Lampard or De Bruyne? At their peak, Lampard or De Bruyne? Because that's a different question to Premier League, because I feel like that's where the longevity argument that Matisse says comes into it. But SAEED, at their peak, who do you take?
I thought, man, Lampard put some respect on his name, man.
No, see, this one thing. I don't want to be disrespectful to the ones that we don't choose.
It's not disrespectful.
Well, it's not disrespectful. What has been
Premier League legends?
Cool. That's fine. But I don't want us to get into a.
No one insulted Frank Lampard.
I don't want it to get into a because that's not real football guys talking. Then
I'm still saying Lampard.
That's trash talk.
Lampard.
Okay.
Lampard.
For me, it's at their peak, De Bruyne. But if it was a Premier League top 5, I've got Lampard ahead because it's all said and done with Lampard. I think when it's all said and done with De Bruyne, I think when we look back at what he done, that's when it'll grow. You know, that's when the whole thing will grow. At their peak, I'll take De Bruyne.
Exactly.
At their peak, actually, you haven't really mentioned Scholes in the argument. It was really just Lampard, isn't it, TOBS?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like the conversation was. You know, that's why I was like, why are we having a conversation?
I actually think you can have a conversation.
Where does Vieira come into this from an Arsenal point of view?
I think you can have a conversation with Scholes.
I was interested to see if he brought up, because for me, that's where Vieira's very different type. I don't know. Is Vieira
my point? This is my point. So if we're picking a central midfielder, this is why I said what kind of positions. Because look, and I agree. Roles in football and skills that are needed for certain roles have changed. I 100% agree with that. But there are certain brothers like Steven Gerrard that were elite in 5-6 positions, not roles, positions. And throughout his career, he proved so. I just want to reiterate that Steven Gerrard, wherever he played, has scored 20 goals plus 3 times in his season. Kevin De Bruyne, in one of the best teams of all time, still hasn't reached 20 goals once in a season. Steven Gerrard played behind, in one season he played behind, check this out, Crouch and Cisse. He was the number 10 behind Peter Crouch and Cisse, mans like that. And he scored 23 goals, 15 assists in 50 games. He scored 100 and he had 100 and he scored in every season. When he was behind Torres, when a bad boy striker was given to him, he had to play behind. Like, for example, Aguero, in terms of, I don't mean levels. Aguero's the greatest striker of all time. But in terms of when Steven Gerrard was finally given someone to play behind, he elevated his game to a different level completely. 44 games, 08-09, 24 goals, 14 assists. He's still a midfielder, by the way, remember? He was not a striker, and I think he was playing in the Kevin De Bruyne position. Kevin De Bruyne hasn't reached those figures. In 07-08, 52 games, 21 goals, 18 assists. Scored in every single cup final possible. Was in FIFA World of the Team how many times? No less than 4 times. This guy played in the right back in the Champions League final against one of the greatest AC Milan teams. Hold on, he started off as a number 6 in that match, then went attacking midfield, scored us the equalizer to come back us in the game, then went to right back with cramp up against Serginho. Remember, Serginho was balling out those days in that final. This guy was the ultimate midfielder. So when we talk about positions specifically, this guy, Steven Gerrard, for me, and just me, of course everyone's going to back their boy, is the most complete midfielder out of all the names you've mentioned. the complete football player, I'd say, go as far as saying.
Do you know what I love about Gerrard? Because the reason why I love players like Kevin De Bruyne is because stylistically they're quite similar to Steven Gerrard in terms of the engine, power driver, like you get the ball, you carry it past players, long rangers, clutch players that decide games, right? Steven Gerrard, for me, the thing that set him above the rest was the fact that like he would always carry Liverpool on his back, no matter the circumstance. Always.
He had Liverpool. Albert Riera and Yossi Benayoun as his wingers. He had respect to Albert Riera and Yossi Benayoun and Dirk Coy up front. And he was playing with the likes of Salif Diao. He played with what's his name? Christian Paulson, Salif Diao, Al-Hajj Diouf. Aquilani. Who's that guy up front? Paul Lambert. Guys, do we know what Steven Gerrard played with?
Ricky Lambert,
man. Even worse. Man like Ricky. And I mean, it's crazy the players you're comparing, in my opinion, apples and pears, man.
He didn't want to play. He didn't want to play. He was close.
If Steven Gerrard went to Chelsea, he was one decision away of making, where the conversation would have been brilliant, because man would have had Champions Leagues and league titles coming out of his pocket. But obviously, kids only remember that. Look at the chat popping off. Dickheads in the chat popping off. Slippy G, 0 titles. Sometimes I'm ignoring him, otherwise I'll block all your asses.
Don't get wound up by them. You know how
Steven Gerrard.
No, I'm not looking at them. I'm not looking at them. No, cuss him, but I'll ignore you. But that's what I'm saying. He was one decision away from, again, loyalty to his club, world club. If he went to Chelsea, we know he would have smoked title after title. Again, like Kevin De Bruyne, like Scholes, like Lampard in elite teams, because he would have joined elite players around him. But man had to play with all kinds of players, man. And
did you choose to stay, or did you guys make him stay?
Bro, I don't know the ins and outs. I'm a mafia in that business.
Man. The same question. The same question to you about Wayne Rooney. I could add all your legends, man.
Nah, Wayne Rooney.
It makes me sick. It makes me sick, man. I could add all your legends. Man.
I don't want to.
You really could have.
I was collecting Infinity Stones. Remember, Luka Modric wanted to join my club as well, but then your dickhead chairman wanted to stop him, bro. I could add all the Infinity Stones, bro. It would have been beautiful.
I'm glad he blocked. Obviously, he did the right thing for Modric's career. Modric is going to go down as an all-timer. Do you think that happens at Chelsea?
I just think, look,
Salah, De Bruyne, if it wasn't for Mourinho, you wouldn't have them.
Original argument, I put Kevin De Bruyne absolutely in the category of an all-time great. I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable with putting my guy there as well.
You had Torres though, didn't you? You had Torres though. What happened
for two seasons, and that's why. And for 2 seasons, they were the best partnership in world football. We destroyed the great Real Madrid 5-1.
You do know Kevin De Bruyne was racking up assists without a striker. So you talking about dead strikers? Kevin De Bruyne didn't have a striker. He had false nines and wingers playing.
He had an elite team, man.
Kevin De Bruyne was playing as a false nine, still racking up assists.
Elite team, man. Elite team. You're the elite team.
Oh, Kevin
and if
De
you're going to disrespect, and if you don't want to say your team was elite, that's up to you.
Like Raheem Sterling get the recognition they do, because Kevin De Bruyne would put 5-6 chances on a plate for Raheem Sterling, and he'd collect 1 or 2.
Elite coach, elite team, $1 billion to spend.
Yeah, but Grizz, on the elite,
we had Roy Hodgson, Brendan Rodgers, and Salif Diao. Look at the difference.
Grizz. But hear this though. Yes, he had an elite team, but he's been the best player on an elite team for a good 4 or 5 years now. He's been the best player. And when the going has got tough, the last 2 seasons, similar traits that we attribute to Steven Gerrard, to Frank Lampard, to Paul Scholes. When the going gets tough and Man City needs someone to pull them out the mud, even with Hojlund scoring a gazillion goals, even with Foden balling out, even with Diaz, etc. at the back, the guy closes, bro. The last two Premier League campaigns, when it gets to January, February, who rolls their sleeves up and gets it cracking?
I'm not denying that.
What I'm saying is,
I'm not denying that.
What I'm saying is, De Bruyne, Lampard, and Gerrard are all closers. That's not something that you're going to be able to distinguish between anyone, because Lampard being close. Scholes. I know. I'm just saying. It's not really a point, because everybody here closes. Really,
it is a point. It is a point. It is a point. Of
course, he closes. He's Kevin De Bruyne. That's why he's at the table.
It is a point, because it aids the point that I'm trying to make to Grizz, is that, like, okay, yeah, he did play with talented players, but he was the best player in a team full of talented players. So surely that should go some way towards giving 100%. Him the credit that he deserves
It's
as a
also
player.
worth bearing in
So
mind.
you saying that?
It's also worth bearing in mind what he did at Wolfsburg in 2014-15. He was the player of the season in the Bundesliga. Now you think about how good Bayern Munich and Dortmund were around there, and De Bruyne in that season racked up 10 goals and 21 assists to be player of the season.
You're not hyping up the
That's not
Bundesliga
normal
now,
either. That's not normal.
So we're hyping up the Bundesliga now. We're hyping up the Bundesliga now.
We're hyping up
Kevin
De Bruyne, slamming it for Wolfsburg.
So now when it's okay.
If you had to, can we go around and everyone list their top 5? I would say list your top 5 in no order, right? List your top 5.
Go and watch the channel, man. Go and watch the channel.
Yeah,
needs a refresher.
We don't do that around here. We don't do that around here. We don't do that around here.
Needs a refresher.
We don't do that around here. This is not a video. This is a live, bro.
What is it?
This is a show.
Let's do the best. Who's the best?
Bro, we got a show to do, man.
We got a show to run. This is
man,
not a video.
man.
Nah, do it, man.
All I know is that Kevin De Bruyne, Yaya, Gerrard, and
ahead of Lampard too.
And Scholes are in my top 4.
I'm putting Gundogan in there as well.
Mad.
Stop it. I'm out.
Yo, get out.
Matisse. Guys, do you get my point
now? Turkish, boot him out of the stream. What the hell is that?
Why did you mute? Why did you mute him?
Boot him out of the stream, please.
Do you get my point, guys? Do you get my point? Guys,
wow.
Gundogan is one of the all-time greats of the Premier League. Company is one of the all-time greats of the company. Hold on. Aguero is an all-time great, yeah? One of the greatest players. They've got the greatest coach. Vincent Kompany, Fernandinho was one of the things. Now Rodri is an all-time. This is my point. Name me one all-timer in Steven Gerrard's time for Liverpool. He just named 6-7 all-timers that played in the same era and squad as Kevin De Bruyne.
Luis Suarez.
Name me one all-time. Are we going to
Let's respect Xabi Alonso.
Luis Suarez. Yeah, he's an all-timer. Yeah, I said it. He's a fucking all-timer. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah. Hope you freeze on that bit as well. I love it. Big Kobe today. But yeah.
Xabi Alonso.
Steven.
One
all-time Premier League. Really?
Xabi's not all-timer.
But we'll talk. Yeah.
But you get my point.
No.
Like he was surrounded by all-timers. Hughie's words. They're in the top 3 in their position, whatever, of all time in Premier League.
And he was the best of the lot.
Sorry.
I forgot Silva.
I need to say this. Gundogan is not going in any all-time Premier League midfielders list. Do you understand?
He's on the underrated.
Listen, he's a great player, but he's not going in all-time.
He might not be in yours, but he's in mine.
No, Matisse, he had the audacity. He had the audacity to argue Yaya versus Silva yesterday. And now he's putting Gundogan in all-time conversations.
I don't care.
Why are you not mentioning Yaya Toure, big man? Why are you not mentioning Yaya Toure, big man? Yaya Toure
in the Premier League because of longevity. Yaya doesn't have.
Yaya Toure was the best midfielder in the Premier League for like a good 4 years. And you're mentioning Gundogan before Yaya Toure.
Yeah,
this disrespect, this Yaya disrespect from certain sections of the Man City fan base, all because the brother wanted a cake. All because Yaya Toure wanted a birthday cake. Yaya Toure should have a statue outside your stadium. Yaya Toure should have a statue outside of your stadium. You wouldn't be Man City without Yaya Toure. You wouldn't. You would not be Man City without Yaya Toure. So put some fucking respect on my boy Yaya Toure. Nah, you don't, brother. Because yesterday you're telling me Silva over Yaya. Now you're telling me Gundogan over Yaya. Put some respect on Yaya Toure, please.
Gundogan, 5-time Premier League.
Yaya Toure.
Gundogan can't fight Dr. Toure.
Yaya
Gundogan can't fight. Again, I'll repeat it. Gundogan cannot rise up to Yaya Toure. There's nothing Gundogan can do that Yaya Toure can't do.
Yaya Toure in 2013 and 14, Yaya Toure was the single most influential player.
It's the moment. Listen, lads, when you break it down, let me just say this one piece and you can continue firing from all cylinders. This whole conversation we're having is all subjective. It's all about moments. It's all about what player makes you feel what way, what nostalgia.
I'm glad you said moments. I'm glad you said moments.
Shush for 1 sec, please.
No. I want him to continue. I'm glad you said
the reason I say Gundogan is because the things you may not agree with, but it's pretty simple for me as a Man City fan. The moments he delivered, İlkay Gundogan delivered me my favorite moment in my club's history. 2 of my favorite moments in my club's history. Okay. The first one, the goal to beat Manchester United in the FA Cup final. The first one, 13 seconds in.
Oh, perfect! I'm so glad you said that.
Hang on, and then the league winning goal, which Kevin De Bruyne got the assist for against Aston Villa to go from 2-0 down to win 3-2.
Okay.
It's these moments that I'm there for
Yeah.
that make me
I
go.
get
Okay.
that, but it's a
All right. No, Matisse, let's talk. You want to talk moments? Let's talk moments.
Because he's coming with his Man City cap on, right? And I get it. But it's like me sitting there saying, yeah, but I get it. But it's like me saying that I can't understand and appreciate the value and the importance of Aguero's moment because I'm not a Man City fan. I didn't feel it. Come on, you've seen the greats. You have to have seen the greats to not be putting Gundogan in the top 5. And you can't.
Do you know what's mad as well, Matisse? So he wants to talk moments. I'm so glad you said Derby.
When Lampard was at the Reed,
was that
not a moment? You didn't feel that.
Your first, Hughie, how many FA Cups have Man City won in their entire history?
4, I want to say.
4, okay, 4, 5. So your first FA Cup in God knows how long. Who was the guy that scored the winner against Man United in the semi-finals?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this.
No, who was it? When the going got tough in Man City's first ever title, right? And they said, you know what, you play 10. Newcastle win.
Everything.
Okay, listen. Let
me top final against Sunderland. This is no. Now it's my turn to speak. This is my problem with Man City.
No, it's my turn. He's spoken all hour. He goes, nice, my turn.
Yaya Toure. You said moments.
He's the only.
You said moments. Brother, you were the one that said moments, and I can reel off at least 8, 9 moments.
A better player than Aguero, but I prefer Aguero. Is that okay,
brother? No, brother. You said moments. These moments. You try to tell me moments.
This is why recency bias is killing people.
Yaya Toure's moments are there, bro. Are there. Before you guys started winning trophies, before there was a Pep, it was Yaya. Yaya was one of the founding players. So when you're talking about moments, talk about the moments that he had for you before Pep.
Like I said, this whole thing is based on emotion, and that's totally normal. When Yaya scored
bro.
Hang on. When Yaya scored that goal, I remember it clear as day. Listen. I was 10 years old. I was a child. It was amazing. But I've lived through and been at all of Gundogan's best moments. So I felt them more. I was in the stadium for the United goal.
I absolutely agree with Hughie. I agree with Hughie.
There's more emotion for me. Gundogan. It's not hard to get, brother.
Toby, I get what you're saying. I know. I agree with Hughie. It's what you've lived through. It's what you've lived. It's what you felt. Like Matisse says, you feel it.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's what you felt, Hughie? I get what you're saying, but what I didn't get what you're saying was at this opening statement where you put Kevin De Bruyne, right? Because you've seen other things as well. You're not that much of a child, or you're definitely not that naive. The only argument I had with you, I agree with everything else you said, was when you said only KDB sits with Henry, and you're actually sitting with Henry. Like, calm down a little bit. Still, like Henry was the goal.
There's a gap. There's a sizable gap.
Yeah, well, maybe not sizable once he's finished.
No, there's sizable.
But the way you disrespected, because that's disrespecting all the great midfielders, and that's recency bias, and that's reactionary, and that's heat of the moment. Because Kevin De Bruyne was magnificent yesterday and has been for the last 5 seasons.
Sorry, I wasn't in the stadiums when Ginola was playing for Spurs, but that's like me saying, put who would you say has been a really good player or something like that? I'm thinking, let me put maybe
it's a long day when he's got to bring up Tottenham. It's not.
No, but you get one.
Lucas Moura gave you
Chelsea. Do you get what I mean? Just because I wasn't in the grounds there. Or guys like, you know how much I hate Sol Campbell. You know how much I hate Sol Campbell. But I won't sit here and tell you something like, oh my God, Alderweireld is a better centre back. So Campbell was a monster, bro, an absolute monster. I don't need to be in the stadium.
What you're saying, but I've already said it to you. I've already said the comparison to that, which I fully get what you're saying. I think Kevin De Bruyne is a better footballer, but I still prefer more emotion for Aguero and that kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
all
fine.
About moments and what you felt and what you.
I get you, man. I get you.
I appreciate there's better footballers than this, that, the other, but it's about what you feel as a fan and what you were like. I can't emotionally attach myself to moments I wasn't there for the same way I can for moments I was with my friends, with my family, and the whole day surrounding the occasion. It all comes down to why I prefer those moments or those players rather than ones I watched.
You can prefer those moments. You can prefer one player to the other. But when we're talking about Premier League all timers, you can't say
that Gundogan should be in this list and not mention Yaya Toure. That's the point.
That one's wrong.
If you want to, you can't say that thing. That just can't run.
Can
Sorry,
say
it,
can't. But we just
you can't say it,
and we have to put him in his place.
I think you can.
You can't say it. He wasn't a better player. You can't say it, bro.
Listen, if you're saying that he can, then you're not looking out for your brother. I can't lie because you can't say it. You can't.
No, he
can't say it. Sorry.
No, what he can like I said, emotion comes into it.
Premier League all time.
I don't know how Hugh done it, but he managed to derail the whole conversation and turn everything on him when it was going so well in the first. Everyone was bigging up Kevin De Bruyne.
Nah, man, he was on a good run. Then that Yaya one triggered me. I can't lie, because Yaya's like, I ride for Yaya Toure, man. Like that's my guy, man.
Yaya was
actually my guy.
Yaya was a beast. Yaya was a beast. But like Yaya,
you know what?
Don't get drawn back into it. Don't get drawn back into it.
Yaya was coming to the end of his best when I was like 15, 16.
I
don't think he gets enough stripes. That's the reason why I go so passionate for him. I don't think he gets enough stripes.
All of my conscious match.
You know, one of you
I got my first season ticket when I was like 16, 17. And since then, all I've known is properly in the flesh, Gundogan, De Bruyne, David Silva, these guys.
To be fair, Yaya Toure was peaking off. Was he peaking off at that time as well? 16, 17.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? I was going over once, twice a season as a child, but now as an adult, I can afford to go over and watch these guys week to week. So there's more emotion to it. I'm attached to these guys more, you know?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You know what? The conversation did derail slightly. We have got a poll up. I'm gonna do the results of the poll soon. I'm just letting people know because there's 5.5k in the building. We've got 3,000 votes on the poll, so it'd be nice to get a few more votes in before I announced the.
What's the moral? Can we have the moral of the conversation? By the way, sorry to.
There's no morals.
No,
there's no morals. Fuck your morals. What
conversation is
every time this conversation starts this war.
No.
The moral is that football is super tribalism and we'll never agree.
No, that's one as well. But also, don't let recency bias. Don't let recency bias change your opinion. That's what I feel like right now.
Change your
we're
opinion
getting in the moment.
Don't let nostalgia
not really,
change
because mine's based on a lot of facts as well. So it is what it is. But like I said, recency bias is killing everyone. Everyone relax. It's been a good debate. But yeah, everyone relax.
Bruv, if social media and
I'm saying don't let recency bias come in because recency is shit for you. There's nothing.
There is that. There is that.
Where does Pogba fall in all this? Where does Pogba fall in all this?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Pogba.
After 40 minutes.
Listen, Pogba, listen.
Don't do that to me.
Don't start on Pogba, man. We could go into certain seasons, 17, 18 seasons.
Don't do it. Look at him.
Don't let me go in my element right now.
Nah, look at him.
Season. We're looking to have a chat with anyone.
Pogba ain't in this convo, but he was a gifted player. He was.
Yeah, I mean. Lapion.
Stop.
Lapion. Go for another hour, you know. It's going to go for another hour.
As much as we don't like to admit it, or some people do admit it, if the era of social media was around when some of these brothers were playing, people will be
I know.
God, people will be saying, yo, these guys are some serious footballing geniuses. But I get where he was coming from as well. It's what he's seen, what he's experienced. He can only speak from what he's seen and he's felt. And he's felt as like Gundogan's one of the best players in the Premier League. Is what it is.
Look at you, you're even laughing. You're even laughing.
I'm joking. I couldn't hold it. I tried to be all serious.
Made the Scousers cry. You remember that one, don't you?
Yeah, of course I remember it, man. Yaya Toure made me cry much more than Gundogan, though. This is the funny thing. 2013 and 14, Yaya Toure tore the Premier League apart when Liverpool had it won. He went, nah, I'm not having it. But people don't know because Twitter wasn't about. Yaya Toure was one-man wrecking machine in 2014.
Speak on it.
Never bar making it as well.
Hey?
What do you say, Tuck? Should we move on?
Yeah, we've got a hell of a lot of super chats. I'm just trying to organize them now. All right, cool. We've got quite a few, so hopefully we can get through all of them, people. Hit the like button. There's 5k in the building, so let's get the ones in that are on the subject. Just kind of on the subject. Vegan Sports Bar says Hazard is so overrated. Nice on the eyes, but no consistency. Nowhere near players like Giggs or Salah, De Bruyne or Henry. It's mad that you've put Giggs even in this kind of a sentence. But
which way? What do you mean by that?
He shouldn't be in there.
Broski.
Have you
It's
forgotten
crazy
our
that
list? Have you forgotten when SAEED sabotaged our list?
What? that was bended like Beckham, though.
Oh, sorry. No,
Bro, man, Giggs gets disrespected, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
no, I'm sure he sabotaged the gigs one as well. Someone messed it up. I can't remember now.
Bro, see, don't worry,
Go
man.
and check out on the Big Six channel, guys. Go and check out our list.
Anyway, man. So you know what I'm saying. We got a couple more left. Maybe, like I said, we do a revised one. Maybe that's for the future.
Yeah, 100%. Things change, innit?
Yeah.
Judy says, I honestly thought we had it in the bag and Man City were finished. Then De Bruyne went Freezer saga and said, this isn't even my final form. Now he says, Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Alonso, Bergkamp, Moore could play that De Bruyne assist. City prop just feels like recency bias. It's all been done before.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Like when he asked who else can play that, McAllister can definitely play that.
It's mad that
Thiago,
people
when
think
he's fit,
people
can
can't play
definitely
these
that
passes.
pass.
Honestly, I don't know what you were watching 10 years ago. If you was
It's
watching
the frequency he plays it. It's the frequency he plays it. He does that in his sleep, bro. Like, stop it. If you're actually really going to sit here and tell me that these midfielders are doing it at the clip that Kevin De Bruyne does, now you're just lying to yourself. Honestly, I can't say if you believe that. So it's up to you.
Tiang says, for me, can De Bruyne be put in the squad of Lampard, Scholes, and Gerrard? Reverse the script, and these three walk into all teams. De Bruyne is elite, though. Reverse the script, and these three walk into.
Yeah, he goes into all these squads for me.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely goes into Liverpool one the way that GRIZZ was describing it. They were,
yeah, and definitely. If it's in place of Lampard, yeah, the only Scholes, in my opinion, was just a different type of midfielder. That's why I wouldn't say he would slot in and do what Scholes did.
He's just a Belgian Gerrard, man.
HW says,
you said it, not me.
He's not a Hungarian one, that's for sure.
No, he's a Belgian.
Yo,
he's definitely not the Hungarian one.
Hungarian Gerrard, man. You know, it's mad. We're talking about all these legends and then
that is actually disgraceful.
Hungarian.
That's actually disgraceful.
You know what? That's just reminded me. The way
bro.
that GRIZZ has just reminded us all of how elite Gerrard was, and then he had the audacity to bring up fucking Szoboszlai. I swear, I actually think.
Disgusting.
Time for this. I actually
disgusting.
Banter.
Disgusting.
No, you must.
He needs to be. No, he needs to be tried at the Hague.
Man said,
we need to put a vote. Should GRIZZ be tried at the Hague for that statement? That is an absolute shambles of a statement.
Oh, I got a bad boy idea. We shall go to court for the worst football takes. So we've heard all the football takes. We've got your Madison one, footballing god or whatever you called him.
Football genius,
like one. SAEED's got about 7. We got Gundo one in there. we got Gundo one there, all-time great.
Play with this idea.
Has Matisse got one? What's Matisse?
Bro, don't play with this idea. This could be a FCM, shout out my brothers, FCM collab, bruv, with them in the wigs here. And we all sit down
that's FCM court.
We really do this. No, bro. And they come.
There's some serious uncomfortable conversations.
We might have to be on trial for this, you know.
Nah, GRIZZ, man, GRIZZ.
You know what? That's 11, man. You know what? You just.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
You've just actually put something here. That should be an FCM and Big Six collab because FCM court is actually stable. So they should put us on trial. Yes, banger. They should put us on trial. Yes.
You ain't getting me.
Yes.
I'm not going to know.
Yes.
You are going.
How can someone say?
When you're going to court, brother?
Nah, I ain't going to no court, bro.
How can someone say Turkish Thiago slander? Do you know that? Do you know my Thiago take from 2 years ago is now a fact? That Thiago was a flop.
The Turkish MSN one, man. MSN has to stand up in court.
Shift me.
Facts.
No. What's that MSN one? Give me life. I ain't even gonna give me life because
What's Matisse's one? What's Matisse's one, guys?
Matisse got bro.
He had that. Name your pick.
This guy was a famous.
Name your pick. Lukaku, Callum Hudson-Odoi, 1v1 demon. What else have you got?
I would do.
What else have you got? Hudson-Odoi 1v1 demon.
Go through his Twitter. Just go through his Twitter.
Bro, he used to do Havertz prop 2 years ago on this show, bro.
Shai Havertz. Pulisic, he used to argue with me all the time about Pulisic.
Hold on, it was actually justified. I was actually coming off the Leverkusen comps. You Arsenal fans ain't got no excuse. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no excuse.
All right, we might have an idea here, and we should actually get 10 random supporters of the shows to come in and do the verdict, the jury, and then get them to do the verdict. That's what we should do. That's what we should do.
All right.
Go easy on me.
We're cooking.
Cool. HW says, I tell you what, De Bruyne can't do: play 90 minutes in a Champions League final.
That's nasty.
Love United says,
Athlete.
You're lucky McScrub couldn't finish his dinner from that Garnacho cross at the end, because I would come all guns blazing if, quote, mid Garnacho won the game.
We don't speak on that game, trust me.
Oh shit, we still can't speak on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got a few. Listen, man, them.
Stop now. Don't respond. Yeah. Don't respond to no super chats.
Yeah.
No, obviously, I'll put it out there. Jimmy O'Hare says the biggest advantage that De Bruyne has above all the legends of the Premier League era is that there aren't many brilliant players in the world anymore. Zidane, Xavi, Dino, Pirlo, Iniesta, etc., all in the same era.
I said this in the group chat. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear it.
Ben Les says, if Henri can say, quote, his brain is...
Wow. No, don't read that. Nope.
That's crazy still. But I know if Henri can say his... is the most clever player I've ever seen in my life, that's all I need to know about how good he is. You might want to reword that a little bit different, Ben Les and Thierry, but yeah, we get the point. Elisa says, let's compare apples to apples. De Bruyne is a support striker number 10, so compare those in similar positions. Yaya Toure has more tools than De Bruyne, doesn't make him the better player. Salah over De Bruyne, pound for pound, did more to carry his team. I mean, does the argument get easier for De Bruyne if we compare to support striker 10s, or does it get harder?
I don't think it's fair.
Easier.
I don't think it's fair to do the support striker 10 thing.
I get you, because he is more than that. But if we're just doing the support striker 10s, people like Bergkamp come in, people like Rooney come in, people like David Silva, I guess.
I think I'd have him as a box-to-box mid, personally. I've seen De Bruyne put the work in defensively. I'd have him as a box-to-box mid.
Nah, man, he's not an athlete. He doesn't put the work in.
Look at you, bro. You look so disappointed.
Broski. Listen,
no, I can't lie, Saeed. I don't know what you're cooking up there. I can't lie,
bro. I know what I'm cooking. It's just like you lot just use the word athlete nowadays, isn't it? So
I must be allergic to that. What it is. Because I don't understand.
And at least he's also put Salah over De Bruyne in terms of all-round Premier League era players. That's something we're gonna have to touch upon. We've done similar conversations on the Big Six channel, but we are gonna refresh and renew and do more. Like I said, we're linking up over the next couple of days, so I'm gonna save that little conversation there, because it's not a little conversation, it's a bigger one. For that piece of content we do. Big up Elisa though, man. Hope you're good, my guy. Link up soon. Bryson says, Tobes, you sausage, calm down. Lamps is second behind De Bruyne because of achievement, stats, longevity, and ability. Gerrard didn't win. Scholes simply wasn't as good.
Gerrard didn't win what?
Don't bite, Grizz. Don't bite. Just put your thumbs up and let the stream.
My thingy bob don't happen, man.
I'm giving fireworks.
But Gerrard would have won the Prem if he didn't slip, though. This is facts. Genuinely.
Boy.
So you can't sit here and be like, he couldn't win the Prem. Like, he could have won the Prem. He could have won the Prem.
It's literally a slip in it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's fine margins. No, it's fine margins. It's fine margins in these conversations. Fine margins.
Yeah.
You're better than that, Matisse. You're better.
Saeed.
I respect that.
But don't worry, I know, my bro. I know. Schaefer says KDB is.
It's not my fault. It's not hearing it.
Schaefer says De Bruyne is a 10 support striker. Can't even compare to Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard. They are 1 and 2 phase players. 6'8". De Bruyne is a 3 phase player. He don't collect the ball deep often.
That's wrong. That's just wrong.
That's something that Scholes could do in his sleep, man. Collect the ball from deep, move, dictate play.
You've never seen De Bruyne collect the ball from deep. In our Centurion season, De Bruyne was playing a deeper role.
Jashar says, Matisse, Ryan Giggs was unplayable from the age of 17 and for 10, 15 years better than Hazard. Giggs was underrated. Personally, I think he was clear.
Giggs was cold. Very cold. Hazard is a
Giggs is a great player, man.
Peak for peak. Yeah, obviously, if Hazard for me, peak for peak. Mavic says, Chelsea legend Frank Lampard is head and shoulders above De Bruyne in all-time Premier League goal involvements table and 20-plus goal seasons. Yeah, stats there. Madrid is my club, says Regime, but I watch all European leagues. My fave 2 players in the Prem were Lampard and Torres. Except for defensive output, KDB is clear. And Ben says, Tobes is perhaps the only one who can speak objectively on the matter. Bergkamp, Rooney, Gerrard, Scholes are better players than De Bruyne. If De Bruyne is the best passer ever in the Premier League, then Trent will be the best in the universe in 3 years' time. I don't know. Did Tob say best passer ever? I don't think he said that.
I think he said something similar to that.
No, I said he's one of the best. I said he's one of the best passers
that's fine.
I've ever seen play football.
It's crazy. But again, that's another answer to Huey's question. Who else can do that pass? Like Trent does that pass.
Trent is in like a unicorn of a passer, which is the point I'm trying to make. Kevin De Bruyne is in that unicorn category for passers. You got guys like Trent, Kevin De Bruyne, Cesc Fabregas, Xavi. These guys, the passing is on another planet. So, yeah.
Mazo says, Hugh and the panel, Turkish said on FCM on DR that KDB will not be the same when he returns from injury because of his hair.
Huh? Sorry?
Wait, look at Turkish's face. He knows.
Which you said what?
He knows this guy's fucked up.
Broski, do you think I'd say something about De Bruyne's not going to come back the same because he grew? Do you think I'm going to say something like that? I don't know what this guy's talking about.
No, that can't be. Yeah,
I know. That's what I said. As soon as I said,
I spent €5, I'll get it in there.
Also, KDB is a better passer than Trent, by the way. Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
And me being a Liverpool fan, no. And me being a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't argue against that. Like I wouldn't argue, but it's fine. It's and Trent is still young. He can. You know what I mean? Get better and better. But De Bruyne is elite. I wouldn't argue.
Abdullah says, Frank is last on the list of midfielders right there for me. Number 1 is Stevie G, second De Bruyne, Paul Scholes in third, and then Frank Lampard. He's referring to the poll. Don't forget, put your votes in, people. Max says, Gerrard ain't in this debate. 0.18 assists versus Max. You see, I already don't like this, bro, because this super chat's turned into algebra, and I don't do math.
He does a business with algebra.
I just told you, Gerrard scored 20 goals 3 seasons.
This is too much, Max. It's too much. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, it is what it is.
Turn into algebra.
I hate. You know what? One thing I hate is XG. You know, because everyone uses XG to make a point, but XG itself is so flawed that I don't know why people use it so much, but it's part of the game now. Ballin' Bandit says, I see a lot of insecurity by the panel. Deep down, they all know De Bruyne is him. He's in the debate for the best player in the Prem, and he's not done yet. And Max also says, you guys saying, yeah, Lampard got numbers, but De Bruyne is more talented. You know that De Bruyne got better numbers, right? Per game, he is ahead by quite a bit. Per game. That's where
a game.
And I think
when someone's played double the games.
Yeah, I think Matisse's argument was longevity. Not.
We have to also go on evidence as well. Double the games is a lot of games, people. A lot of games.
Ryan, big up Ryan. Tobes and Hugh take a bow as me and my brothers had this convo the other day. And De Bruyne is a better overall midfielder and footballer than Lamps. His technical ability, passing, vision, and shooting just a bit more elite. Big up Ryan, big supporter of the show. Spurs Marco says, easiest way to answer who's best is you are each given a football club. Your first buy is one of the chosen players. Who are you picking? Who you starting your club with? That is quite a good question, actually.
What does it mean? You are each given a...
If you had to pick out Gerrard, Scholes, De Bruyne, and Lampard, then your first player at a new football club, who would it be?
Out of the ones that we've mentioned?
Lampard, Scholes, Gerrard, De Bruyne.
If I can't pick Stevie, obviously I'm picking Kevin De Bruyne. That's me.
De Bruyne or Gerrard for me.
No, you got to pick one in it, brother.
We already answered this in a different way earlier.
Yeah. He picked Gerrard. Well, he told his answer there is Gerrard anyway. KP says, Grizz, how many league titles has Gerrard led his team to? At the end of it, everybody is going to defend their tribe. De Bruyne is still the king. And Regine says, also seeing the chat talk about 0 league titles. Titles are team. Spell it out. TEAM. Accomplishments. Kane didn't win the Prem. Is he not one of the best strikers ever? Idiots.
Yeah, that last one was an idiot. Thank you, Rupin.
Frankie says, 100% recency bias. Lampard made crazy passes as well. To say he is, quote, clear makes no sense. De Bruyne just wins it for his hairstyle. Frank used too much gel. And Ryan backs up his last super chat saying his top 5 are Gerrard, Vieira, Scholes, Yaya, and De Bruyne. Rates Lampard highly, but sits just outside of the top 5. Elisa says, stop this revisionism. De Bruyne absent in both Champions League finals. Gundogan and Rodri more clutch than De Bruyne.
Christ almighty.
These guys hate Gundogan, man. They really hate Gundogan.
Yo,
that's it.
You just did Gundogan prop. Who hates?
That's like me saying Thierry Henry is less clutch than who's a striker who's scored in the final.
Drogba. He's less clutch than Drogba, which would be factual.
That's factual though.
Yeah, so you can say it.
That's different. That's different.
Tobes. This is my argument. Henry's another planet to Drogba, bro.
I know he is.
He is. Yeah, but there's
say Origi then. Say Origi.
No, but there's sufficient. So the difference is Rodri and Gundogan. Gundogan has scored in one final for Man City. Rodri has scored in one final for Man City. We can't compare that to Didier Drogba, who was literally missed the finals for Chelsea. He scored in countless finals. So to say that Gundogan and Rodri are more clutch than Kevin De Bruyne because they scored in one final each is disingenuous for me. And it doesn't even compare to the Drogba and Henry argument. And Henry obliterates Drogba as a player. Who cares if he's more clutch?
As I said earlier,
4 times the player.
And as I said earlier, Steven Gerrard scored in every final, by the way. Bit clutch there, yeah.
Jashar says, I think Gerrard was brilliant, but too many high-profile gaffes. 2 back passes to Henry, a slip for Bar, mental lapses, which proved very costly. HW says, this Yaya Toure hype, says Fabregas at Arsenal was levels.
Can I just interject? You see how Tobes just like disregarded the big game player thing? This is Tottenham mentality.
No. Okay. Sorry. So wait. Henry was just because Henry didn't score in a final doesn't mean he wasn't a big game player. So case in point, Arsenal's run up to the Champions League final. He scored against Real Madrid. He scored against Juventus. I'm pretty sure. Did he score against Villarreal Turkish?
Champions League semi-final. No.
So what he was carrying that team. So because he doesn't score in the final, he's not a big game player.
Henry's the greatest, but I'm just saying, don't just disregard doing it in finals every time.
I'm not disregarding it. I'm saying the argument of Rodri. I'm not disregarding it because I'm not disregarding it. I'm saying that with Didier Drogba, right, him being so clutch in finals still does not bridge the gap between him and Henry. And what I'm saying to you is Henry was a major component in Arsenal's success under Arsene Wenger. So yes, he didn't score in the finals in the flipping Champions League final or whatever that he played in, but he was a key reason why they won multiple league titles. So how can you then say that because he hasn't scored in the final, he's not a big game player? He is a big game player. He literally is.
He's a big game player. But
Kevin De Bruyne as well. Kevin De Bruyne scored against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, right? Did he not? Scored countless goals in knockout phases for Man City. So because he didn't score in the final, because he got injured twice, he's not a big game player.
Yeah, big game players, and then there's bigger game players. Yeah. That's what it is.
It's stupid analysis. It's
not stupid analysis. It's true. One's the big game players, and then there's bigger, right? That's okay. What it is.
So Frank Lampard was a big component. Frank Lampard was a big component in your Champions League run. In your Champions League run, where you lot jammied a Champions League, jammied a Champions League. He didn't score in the final. Does that mean he's not a big game player as well?
Drogba's a bigger game player. Drogba is the big game player. That's all it is.
I'm not talking about Drogba. I already said Drogba is a unicorn because he was literally missed the finals. I'm talking about Gundogan, Rodri, and Kevin De Bruyne. That's what I'm talking about.
We must.
HW says, Yaya Toure hype. Fabregas at Arsenal was levels. Hit 20 goals in the league. He didn't hit 20 goals in the league, though. But at 21, this is before his time at Chelsea, too. He didn't hit 20. I think it was 15 goals, 12 assists, or something, 13 assists, maybe, something along those lines.
He's right up there, for sure.
Fabregas is definitely there. Ryan says, Gerrard, Vieira, Scholes, Yaya Toure, and David Silva. Can't believe I forgot David Silva. De Bruyne just falls out of the top 5 and pushes Lamps down to 6th. KP again, as a City fan, Hugh suffers from recency bias. Forgive him. He's still young.
I do. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I fully do. I said that.
He admitted it. Yeah, it's fine.
Michael says,
yes. I forgive him as well.
Yes, the conversations are subjective, but there's good subjective and bad subjective. Thinking Gundogan is in any way better than Yaya is atrocious, subjectively or objectively. Go to better research, please. I think that was Hugh's point. He's not basing it off research or anything. He's just basing it off the fact he was there to witness those moments. And you know, when you make that out, listen, I agree with you. I think you cannot compare Gundogan to Yaya Toure. No way, shape or form. No way, shape or form. But when you've been there for moments, I've argued for players before that I've been there for moments over players where really I shouldn't be making that argument. But those moments do mean a lot. Adju says, who will you take in the team to win this year's Premier League? Similar question to the one we kind of had before. And I don't really want to get back into it, Adju, so apologies. But like I said before, people just, you know, the super chat revenue, it goes back into the business. It doesn't pay my bills like that comment insinuated last week. Ghost, you deleted that comment as well. If you're going to put a comment like that out there, keep your chest up, my guy. Leave it out there and hold the smoke. Hold the smoke. In fact, put it back down there, this one, please. You need to renew that smoke. Needs to renew on
that Ghost 88 you're talking about.
Oh, shit, bro.
Shit.
Shit, cuz.
Oh, shit.
The cheek of it. The cheek. Shamar says, SAEED should be disqualified from these conversations. Look at what he said about Maguire and Bruno. Even said Rashford Ballon d'Or shouts.
Listen, stop lying, man. I've never rated Rashford, so you can never say it. Ballon d'Or shouts. So people are just lying to tweet. You know, keep your money, man. Stop wasting your money.
No, man. What do you mean?
Man said no, man.
Man, I'm lying. You know,
whoever put that tweet, send the evidence. Send the evidence to the Big Six account if it's true.
We need to stop this one. Like, for example, you know what we need to do? We need to make a big six.
I've never rated Rashford.
We need to make this is another great idea. I'm full of them today. We need to make a big six submissions email and put it in the description. Every show, you got something to say, any clips, throw them in there, bruv. Skull Thuggery will be on it. Simple.
You know what? We do. Kevin Gary said Gerrard is a Scouse Mark Noble.
Thank you very much. $7.99. How much is that in pounds?
Just
can I get a burger with that? Can I get a burger?
Ritesh says my 1B apartment is top 5 house in the world.
Is he just trying to flex? Is he trying to flex?
No, it's really time to be.
He said, I think he said his 1-bedroom apartment is
top 5 house in the world because I haven't experienced any better ones. They don't exist. Philippe says, back in the day, it was Gerrard or Lamps. Scholes was never included. Scholes himself said Gerrard was better with Harry Pinero. De Bruyne, Vieira, Gerrard, best 3.
The funny thing is they all admit that Gerrard was the best. Gerrard,
they all admit
and Gerrard's the only one that says it was me.
I like that. I respect it.
They all say it was Gerrard. If you ask them.
Has Lampard said that?
Yeah.
Warren, please, can we talk about how
Joe Cole said it as well, who's played with all of them. Joe Cole, when I interviewed him, little plug there. Joe Cole said Stevie G levels.
All right, fair enough.
Joe Cole was a player, man. Top player, Joe Cole.
Did he play with Scholes? Didn't play with Scholes.
England.
He did for England.
He said Stevie G was different.
Both of them barely played. Well, I say barely, but I don't know whether their times at England ever. Maybe a few games.
Oh, it did. It did. 2006. Yeah.
Warren says, please, can we talk about how Rodri, who had top 3 greatest DM campaign in the history of football, and not make the FIFA Pro 11?
Wild.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Wild. Crazy. We don't even want to give them the time of day, and that's me.
No comment. No comment.
Wild.
I didn't see the team.
We don't want to give them. We don't want to give them credit for that. We don't even want to speak about it.
I do. You know what? I want to split this into 2 because the last sentence I'm with make the FIFA Pro 11, but the top 3 greatest DM campaigns in the history of football.
Oh shit! Yeah,
that's a reach. Yeah,
I mean, it's up there. That's probably a debate, but just to say it just like that, it's crazy.
Yeah, but come on, he's close to DM perfection. It's close to DM perfection, in my opinion.
Who pops out to me? Yaya at Barca, that team when he played the 6.
Busquets.
I thought we played
centre back.
Busquets.
No, are we talking Premier League only? I thought we were talking about Premier League.
He said the history of football. This is why we have to move on.
History of football.
Okay, calm on.
That's what I'm saying to you.
That one could open up another tin of worms. That could be another.
Yeah, we don't have
calma.
Roy Keane, I'm going to mention him, but yeah, Bartek says if being the best player on a potential 4-peat treble winning team doesn't make him the best midfielder out of all of these lot, it's crazy. DJ says if anyone going to talk about Virgin Spike, the overhyping that pen merchant Cole Palmer, 9 goals with 5 of them pens doing cold celebrations. Shame. Well, we're going to get into
Do you want him to miss the pens? People, man.
Alex says De Bruyne will always be a constant star in the universe, and Spurs will be the universe's black hole. Spursy. Few more people, few more coming to the end of it. Vibav says, so in your all-time Premier League 11 is Lampard, Gerrard, and Scholes. Now for sure, KDB gets in that. So in any case, one has to miss out. You can't have an all-time Premier League 11 without De Bruyne. But that's you saying that Lampard, Gerrard. I'd put Vieira and Keane in my midfield three. So
conversations change, man. Look, what do we say? Do you remember? What did we say in the last show that we done? Do you remember we done the thing? We said if we sit here in about 2-3 years' time, we'll change our opinions, maybe, possibly.
You'll put Trent in there.
Sorry,
Van Dijk. He's alluding to that.
Now Van Dijk can be, but Trent, no, not Trent, not yet.
No, not yet. Yeah.
Yo,
no problem.
Max.
You're gonna do a show on Trent, my brother. Watch.
Max says.
I'll make you.
We misunderstood the super chat. Wasn't talking about XG at all. By the way, Toure over Gundogan, even though I think Gundogan deserves to be top 10. Toure, though, 13-14 season, fire. Big up. Barta again. He's the best player. Oh, this is the one I read. Apologies. Pastor says, what a W at Newcastle, Hugh. Shame we don't have the bridesmaids and the side thing arguing about who deserves our love more this week. Though we're going to get to the to be honest, we haven't even discussed the win really, and we're now 15 minutes in. Just discussed.
Yeah, this has been a crazy show.
Elisa says, Tobes, you are disingenuous. Claim isn't that Gundogan and Rodri are better. Through Premier League and Champions League campaigns, how many contributions for assists and goals to equalize games and win them have Rodri and Gundogan contributed in comparison?
Kevin De Bruyne's contributed more. Case closed. He's contributed more.
I'd assume so. I mean,
he's 10 in the team. Arsenal, who scored, who assisted? Who scored, who assisted? That's
but I don't. But is Elite has Elisa got information that would say otherwise? Because the way he's put the question, I don't know.
I don't see how he could have that information
off the top. Yeah, it sounds wild. Mohammed says De Bruyne broke the Bundesliga assist record with Bendos won the Player of the Year and won them 66% of their trophies, getting them from 7th to 2nd. Legend. Last two. SAEED, this and Liverpool slipping 13-14. Do you realize that happened after your last league victory in 2012-13? Was the Aguero moment? And Cryptic Dino says, I stopped taking Hugh seriously when he cried corruption because a league with no superstars has to qualify to play in the Champions League. Imagine you guys wanting sponsors with no audience retention. Don't cry.
I'm not even gonna reply to that. It's just stupid super chat.
What was that all about?
Stupid super chat. But thanks though.
This is the last one. Hamza says, why did a man feed Arteta in front of his family? Uncomfortable conversations. Speak to it. What is happening at your club?
Kind of wild. I can't lie.
Oh, was he at the restaurant? Was he at the Salt Bay?
Yeah, Salt Bay thing, man.
Yeah,
the way,
do you know what?
It was it? It was the way he's grabbing him up though, and that man. I was like,
yeah, but that's what he does. It's part of the experience, bro. Have you seen the prices? Have you seen the prices? You can't just slap down meat on a plate.
Oh my god! Don't put throat goat in the chat. That is disgusting.
That is crazy, bro.
Who said that? Some freak.
It's a show.
Throat goat. That is
it's a whole show.
Like, were you looking for that comment on?
I'm looking at the comments and someone just put throat goat in. What do you mean? I'm searching for throat goat. What the hell?
I don't know. Nobody else searching that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I'm scrolling through Pepe's, man. I ain't getting involved.
Oh, mate.
Yo, where you getting the rice box?
No, I'm not getting anything. I'm just scrolling.
Yeah.
Warren's just come back in last minute. Name 3 DMs who's had a better campaign than Rodri did in 2023. Keyword campaign. Roy Keane 98-99. Busquets, whatever year that was, the 7 trophy thing.
Makalele,
best in the whole
even Kante, you wouldn't even say he's like a natural 6, but Kante, ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Yeah, man.
Yeah, and we're not saying that it's not in the debate. Like you're saying, name. We're just giving off the top
it's
of
in there.
head
100%
what.
it's in there.
Yes, you know the other ones in the debate. But yeah, let's move. I mean, we didn't discuss the City win over Newcastle really.
It's Gundo, isn't it? It was a Gundogan show. That's what it was. You know what I mean?
And into that, it started with Bruyne, and then we ended with Gundogan.
As it should.
Yeah.
Now, where do we move? I mean, listen.
We might stay on City because we go then we go to Spurs and United maybe. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean it's a big 3 points for City, and I think the way De Bruyne's returned,
3 points.
I think it's relevant. Yeah.
The league shaking.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what a game. I mean, for the neutral, it's one of the games of the season. It's possibly an all-timer. Absolutely, like all the goals, absolutely class. And I said to you guys in the preview that I thought Kevin De Bruyne's return would be the season-changing moment for us, or the season-changing factor for us. I didn't think it would be that soon. I really didn't. I mean, there was a period before he came on where I was kind of thinking, is it one of those days where we have all the possession and we're making things happen and it just doesn't hit the back of the net for us to win the game? And then he comes on, and Pep shows a huge amount of faith in the winner, in Oscar Bob. I mean, Cole Palmer this, Cole Palmer that. Maybe Pep knew all along. He trusts Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob's played in big games now this season, and he took his goal really well. It's a huge 3 points for us at St. James's Park. As I said to us, we've got a lot of favourable fixtures coming up, and this for me was the potentially sticky one. And yeah, absolutely unbelievable. I'm gutted I didn't go in the end because I had a flu all week, so I had to pull out last minute, and it pained me to not be there for that winner. But no, man, an unbelievable game. The quality of the goals, Bernardo Silva's goal, that's an outrageous finish from Bernardo Silva. Isak, Gordon, both their goals, insane. And then De Bruyne, the greatest midfielder in Premier League history, as we've tried to establish. Did his thing, and with him back and having that impact as fast as he's had, and hopefully going to continue, and with Hojlund coming back not so long away as well, I can't feel anything but great right now, man. That was a serious statement performance. It looked like City. It's like, yeah, we're back, we're not gone. You laughed at us, you thought we'd fallen off a little bit there, but yeah, we mean business now, and we know how to do this. So yeah, I'm buzzing with that, man.
From a Liverpool point of view, very quickly, that was. I was speaking to some Arsenal fans, bantering them. I said, "See, this is where you guys just, you know what I mean, don't know what it's like. You know what I mean? You experienced it for a few weeks, you know what I mean, last season. But this is madness. This is what it's all about. The emotions from just watching it as well. That was a fantastic game of football. I was bantering with Toby, but you know, City was superb for a spell. But then Newcastle just hit them with a couple of sucker punches, and what great goals. And Kevin De Bruyne is a monster comeback. This could be, he's right, this could be pivotal in their season, but it's mad. It sets up the season for, because I was like, you know, we've been discussing like how many points difference is significant. And I was like, if they drop points here, like even if they draw, like it was like 1 minute away or 2 minutes away, that's 4-point lead with them having come to Anfield. Do you get it? Like, yeah, it changes so much from and then a minute later you're like this, because Kevin De Bruyne has just done that, and what a finish from Oscar Bob. I just tweeted sublime, fair play, incredible, and turned off my TV. Yeah. bro, sublime, bro,
unbelievable. The composure is just stupid, man.
I love the finish.
The first touch, man. The first touch to set himself up was outrageous.
Yeah, and then just to quickly. Like that?
Yeah. I love that. One movement.
You know what's mad though?
Bob, go on, Saeed.
Now I was going to say, as much as I want to give them praise for that goal, man, Trippier. Can we talk about Trippier as well? His like the way he just, for me, he's been on it's come off a cliff now. Like his awareness the last couple of games, like to not see Oscar Bob there.
He didn't fall off it, he just came off it. He's all right there.
I don't know what he did. Listen, he's fallen off a cliff. Like, let's just call it as it is. Yeah,
okay,
this guy. I just think for me, like this guy, as much as I want to praise that pass, is unbelievable pass here. How you can't see Oscar Bob there, man? He's done this not once, not twice, so many times. For me, it's been absolutely atrocious to not see that Oscar Bob right there. I was criminal, man. I was watching the game and I was furious with Trippier, man. And he's experienced.
I think you're being harsh, you know.
Nah, I think Kevin De Bruyne put that on a blade of grass.
I am giving credit, but come on, man. Trippier.
No, not even on the Bruyne part. I'm saying Trippier didn't have a bad game. Like I think it happens, man.
I think he had a better game. I think he had a better game.
He had a solid game, to be honest. And it was just that bit that sort of let him down at the end. But Oscar Bobby's a baller for me. But I want to talk about one guy. I know they lost the game, but mate, Isak is next level, man.
Been saying about him,
Isak,
man.
Isak is next level, man. Yo,
he's so good.
Yo, that if he was to leave Newcastle, I don't even want to know how much they'd ask for, because
do you think there's any truth in that Newcastle need to do something?
I think there is, man. I think there was, I can't lie to you, because they don't really create revenue like that, man. And now, obviously, you know what I mean, they've got Bruno Gomes out as well. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I think they're going to be struggling for money, man. So they might have to replace Joe Linton, because he's out for the season. So I think they will have financial issues, but how much is he worth? I reckon he's probably worth it in this current market. When you look at the lack of strikers, what they bought for 60, I'd say it's worth about 63. You're probably looking at about, I reckon, 80 million.
No chance.
He's worth it.
He's worth it. Nunes cost 85 all in. There's no way on earth.
So you're saying 100 million?
100 million.
Yes.
Welcome to the party.
Yes.
Welcome to the party.
100 million.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
More than 100 million.
What can Isak not do? He's got the height for the head in the
yeah.
He's got the ball carrying and the dribbling. He's got the link-up play. He can finish. He is an all-rounder. And when you're an all-rounder, in this day and age with centre forwards, you're 100 million flat. Done. That's it.
So what did you say about Ivan Toney's? How much would you pay for Ivan Toney then?
He's better than Ivan Toney.
I wouldn't want to pay 100 million for Ivan Toney.
Tony's 70 million max.
Ivan Toney's a batsman, no?
Yeah,
Tony's very good. Tony's very good, but Isak is better and he's younger.
He's strong.
Isak is better and he's younger.
I get he's younger, 100%. But also
just the injuries, it's just the injuries.
Concern, no? Injuries are a bit of concern.
Tony's more reliable.
Ivan Toney get injured that much. I've never seen Ivan Toney injured, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Scores, goals. I don't know, man. Ivan Toney, boy, he's probably going to be worth 100 million when you look at the current transfer market as well.
No, man. Ivan Toney is not 100 million pounds.
He's not, but that's what they want. They want 100
No, they can have
what
they
want.
Sorry. They can't have what they want. Sorry. They can demand
how much did Hojlund cost? How much did Mudryk?
Hojlund cost 75.
If these players are close to 70,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
70,
so you take 80 million for Isak for someone who's getting
guys.
Yeah, true. Now when I look at it,
that market has died now. That was what last season's madness. It's come back to normality now. There's no way these prices are going around now with the FFP.
Has it come back to normality?
Yeah, not normality, but not that level of what we saw. Madness.
That was nastiness.
Yeah, nasty.
Let me say, Brighton won 100 million for Ivan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson.
Why did you call him Ivan?
Sorry,
why are you doing that?
Piss you off. He's Irish, isn't it?
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
That's Turkish's young G, man. In it, Turkish.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Right now, you can buy Isak or Ivan Toney. Who are you, man, taking? You can buy Isak or Ivan Toney right now. Who are you, man, taking?
Isak. He's better than Toney. He's better than Toney.
How's that debate? Are you mad?
I'm taking Isak.
Bro,
I would worry about the injuries.
Toney, man.
Tony's very good. Isak is quality.
Ivan Toney, man.
Isak, bro.
What's your track record with knowing about strikers?
What do you mean? I've seen Ivan Toney in the Premier League proven. That's all we know.
So it's Isak.
What's that beast they had up front? He called him a number 10. What was that guy there?
Weghorst.
Weghorst, man.
Oh yeah, you remember that? Oh my days! Remember the rubbish you said about Weghorst?
Martial, Ballon d'Or winner. Rashford, Martial, Cavani, Hojlund.
Put Saeed in Rice, man.
What's your record with recognizing great strikers?
How can you talk here when you called Sabozlai what Hungarian Steven John?
That was haha banter.
So how can you talk, man?
I don't think that was banter. I don't think that was banter.
Shut your mouth, Toby.
You can't nothing, bro.
He's so angry.
It wasn't bad.
GRIZZ, the aggressive propaganda train that you were driving at that moment.
We're moving.
Exactly.
You didn't want us to pay attention to the Hey Jude, but if there was one thing
Hella super chats.
It was Sabozlai. He was like, listen to me and listen to me clearly.
Come on, man.
This guy is the truth. He is the truth. So Buzz Light is the truth. That's what you said.
No, that's different.
And Saeed gave him like 3 different opportunities to come out of it. And he said no. He said no, he's not taking it back.
That was different.
He said he's not taking it back.
You're conflating the two. Anyway, we need to talk about games.
That's more trophies than Kane. More goal involvements in finals than Kane. Yeah.
Who's this?
Turkish, any super chats?
What did you say?
He looked around the corner. He said,
"You want me to flame you right now? Just let me know. Let me know if you want me to flame you right now." I'm even sure your boy. There was a random game I was watching the other day.
Stop.
What team is he playing for now? He's playing for some next team, and he's playing for like Hoffenheim or some shit like that, isn't he?
Stop. Come on.
A couple super chats. Football.
I only say it once.
De Bruyne is back. Haaland back soon with Liverpool's first teamers, so it could make for an exciting run-in if they're both at their peak levels. Box office. And Free Mooley says, your managers are all comedy. Klopp getting shook of De Bruyne, Poch cleaning Specs Gonzalez boots, and Arteta getting fed meat while holding hands. It is all.
Why are we acting like that's all on the same level? Why?
I would, but you I think you're the wrong one to because
What?
What? Cleaning Specs Gonzalez boots is something good. Do you put that higher up the list or something? Lower down to that?
Why is he smiling there as well? I don't know.
That's banter, bro.
Banter. Is it banter? Oh,
you've got to eat food to survive, bro. It's not banter. You've got to eat.
Bro, I didn't even know about this. And if that's what he was doing, that's well.
All right, Turkish. I'm gonna ask you the same question tomorrow.
I prefer feeding myself. That's my But if anyone out there, we've seen Van Dijk's done it. There's a video of a few people have gone to the steak. I haven't seen a few people clean Spec Gonzalez boots, if I'm honest with you. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, cool. The Big Six fixture, 1 hour 30 minutes in. It ended 2-2. There's an argument both sides could have nicked it at the end, to be honest. Tottenham probably the stronger side. But SAEED, how you feeling, bro?
No, I don't know. I just feel a bit embarrassed, to be honest with you. I think because I feel like Tottenham, man, without their key players in the team, I felt that they outplayed us for large parts of the game. I think the first half, you could argue it was 50-50 in a sense of we got them in transitions and counter-attacking moments were quite wasteful in certain aspects. But second half, they dominated the whole game. You know what I mean? It wasn't a great second half in terms of quality, but they kind of dominated it in that aspect. And I'm not really happy, man. I think 2-2, again, we normally dominate this fixture at home, especially at home. I felt the high line, we didn't really use it as much. I think they defended well. I think Udogie was unbelievable. Pedro Porro proves why he's still, for me, the best right back in the league right now this season. Unbelievable player. Genuinely, Pedro Porro is unreal, technically secure, just unbelievable.
How did he defend? How did he defend against Rashford?
Well, obviously he did defend well against Rashford.
So why does he get away with it? Listen. It smells like an agenda. You know what I mean? It's
not an agenda. I give Trent his praise.
Why is he the best right back in the league if he can't defend against Rashford?
No, I said
one of the most out of form wingers in the league, by the way. One of the most out of form. No, Rashford.
Well, yeah, Rashford on his day, the space and behind, you get caught out on that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But listen, that's just my opinion. I think Liverpool fans, the problem is, anyone that have a different opinion about Trent, it's almost as if you don't, you're trying to insult him.
You don't know the game. It's almost you don't understand football. Yeah, you're right.
Well, listen, it is what it is, man. Argue with yourselves, innit? You know what I mean? But like I said, I think Tottenham for me deserve a lot of praise, man. Andrew's playing some good football, man. I'll be real. I was in awe, man. And I think ultimately, a guy who's coming for 6-7 months is showing that. And a guy who's been there for 18 months. And we haven't got Lissandro and Casemiro and maybe a couple of others, but I'm sorry, man. The levels in terms of kind of progressing the football in terms of actually playing football, the triangles they were creating, the overloads. I think it's clear, man. It's clear which team is progressing under one manager and which team is still a long way away. I have to be honest, man. That's why I was just so pissed off, because normally we get dominated at home. I've seen us get dominated, but the way we did, I just think it was a joke. And yeah, we could have won it, but I don't think it would have showed me anything different. It's not sustainable the way we play. And I kept saying that from day one. But people say, oh, but SAEED, be positive, we got the win. Nah, mate. Absolute nonsense, man. So I'm not really too happy. We are where we are in the league. We're 7th. You know what I mean? It's just shit, man. But I feel like for me, a lot of the praise for this has to go on Tottenham, man. They played well without most of their key players. So, yeah, man, I'm not really too happy, man. I'll be honest with you.
No, I hear that.
It was good. It was a good performance from us. It really was. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually I was surprised at how well that the midfield did. I felt Skip, Højbjerg played well. Bentancur obviously was the pick of the bunch in the midfield. I thought Richarlison had his best game in a Spurs shirt. I thought we were good value for the draw. On Pedro Porro, I did think him and Romero could have done better in the first half against the transitions. But in the second half, they patterned up. And I think once we were able to pattern up and try and defend better against the transitions, we effectively rendered Man United's offensive threat to a minimum up until that chance at the end with McTominay, which he really should have got on target at the very least, if not scored. So, yeah, man, I think a draw was fair. But as good as we were, as good as Bentancur was, because he was really good, as good as Romero, Porro, Destiny. Before I even get onto Man United, Destiny had.
No, don't argue with me, man.
Destiny had world-class talent, Garnacho, in Alcatraz, bro. In Alcatraz. Like, literally, it was like a man playing up against a kid. And Destiny's like a year and a half older than him. But that was the disparity in quality between the two. When we talk about world-class talents...
You reckon that was a penalty? That was a penalty, though. That was a penalty.
It wasn't
for me.
No chance. No
chance. Are you kidding me? That is a clear penalty. The guy pushed him. He pushed him.
Never a penalty. Never a penalty. He's not pushing with enough force for him to go down. Impossible. Never a penalty. If you're asking for a penalty, then you really are mudded. Honestly.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Listen, man, that is clear as daylight penalty.
Never a penalty. But anyway, yeah, no. To be honest, I don't want it to come off as me having an agenda against Garnacho. It's only because of what Flex said. Like, I think Garnacho's he's all right in it, but like Destiny has locked up far better wingers than Garnacho. So I wasn't expecting Garnacho to come and do a job against Destiny on his weaker side in that game. So I don't really begrudge him for getting locked up. Where I sort of analyze Man United critically is the midfield, man. It's the midfield, because I actually think I didn't get why he took off Rashford. I know his performance was dwindling in the second half, but Rashford and Hojlund were causing all the threat offensively in the transition. And I felt defensively, Aaron Wan-Bissaka put Brennan Johnson in the same prison cell as
that guy's gash. Brennan Johnson is gash. One thing about our team, that Brennan Johnson is gash, mate. Absolutely gash. But yeah,
he ain't a bad player, but he's mid, innit? This is what I was trying to say in the summer. You remember the conversations we had in the summer? Man were telling me, stop complaining, go with it. It's Ange. He's just not a top level winger. And
how much you made our bed?
48 million. We've made our
a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah. We've made our bed. Now we got to sleep in it. I actually think, to be fair to him, that was his worst game in the Spurs shirt. I think it's unfortunate because a lot of people were watching that game. So now a lot of people are gonna have that opinion of him as their opinion of him, if that makes sense. And I don't think that game was a true reflection of how he's played for Spurs, because I think he's actually been okay, but you want more from him. You wanted more from our wide players, but I actually think Man United's midfield was just as bad as Brennan Johnson yesterday. I think for us to go to Old Trafford with a midfield of Skip, Højbjerg, and Bentancur and dominate possession is stinky, man. Alarm bells have to be ringing. Bruno was a ghost. Eriksen is a hologram. I said this to SAEED at the start of last season. This guy is not a central midfielder. Don't care how technically sound you think he is. This is a spent version of Eriksen. He's cooked. He's absolutely cooked beyond belief. He cannot play midfield against high-level opposition in this league. He can't do it. Sorry, he can't do it anymore. And I felt like poor Kobe Mainoo, like he didn't have a great game. He didn't have a bad game, but I felt like
a lot of jobs, man. He just, again, a lot of working, a lot of running around for other people.
This is
He's
it.
probably
As
doing
we've
2
seen
jobs at
with-
once. Yeah.
As we've seen with even when Casemiro, who's been terrible this season, we've seen it with Casemiro. Even with McTominay, we've seen it with McTominay. The way Man United are set up under Ten Hag, the number 6 basically gets asked to basically do 3 people's jobs, whilst the other 2 are somewhere further up the pitch doing niche. So Man United's team composition is all wrong, and it's very spooky that Ten Hag can serve that up 18 months into the job. It's very, very spooky. Stinks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my assessment.
And there was no point delving into it now as well, because it probably won't be the last time that Ten Hag's spoken about this season. But aside from that, anyone else want to add their bit in on the United Tottenham?
No, it was an enjoyable game.
Yeah,
enjoyable
for the neutral,
game.
it was one of those ones. Yeah.
If Spurs had maybe another 1 or 2 first teamers, they would have won that. Even if
Kulusevski was just there, or Lo Celso,
yeah, it was just 1 or 2. You know, what did you think of Werner?
He was poor, but he got the important assist, so fair play to him.
Stats, yeah, assists count now, yeah.
I mean, I literally just said he was poor. I literally said
and then you literally said stats count for strikers.
No, I said he was poor, but he got the assist, so fair play to him. But he was still poor.
People in the chat know what we're doing.
There's actually a quote that he's put out I want to read because it's actually quite incredible, but I guess it's smart move from him. He says, I think now I'm a bit older, I see how important assists and deep runs are in the team. I also want to score goals, but it's not the main part of my game anymore. I'm trying to bring so much more, especially in this kind of tactic.
I read that and I laughed. Do you know why I laughed? Because the things that he's trying to bring, you're not good at that, big man. Not good at that. The deep runs, fair enough, but not good at the run.
In the chat, like Toby said, yeah, he was shit. He made a lot of runs.
The strikers want to be wingers.
All that, but he got an assist.
Bro, that chance though, man. Come on, man. He has to bury that, man.
But he's not going to.
I don't get the point you're making here. I'm so confused.
On target, at least.
So
I think it's Nunes, no?
Yeah, obviously it's Nunes.
I think the point I'm trying to... No, that's nothing to do with it.
It is Nunes. I don't get the point you're making.
How are you telling me what I'm telling you?
It's clear what you're doing.
Why are you telling me what I'm telling you?
No, I know what you're telling me, but go on.
You don't know what I'm telling you.
I do know what you're talking about. Go on.
I was told it's not about assists. Do you guys recall this conversation?
It's not GA, it's just the goals.
Yeah, it's about goals. And what have you guys all said here? You said if Spurs just had a Kulusevski, had a Son, etc., what would we have done?
Won.
What would we have done?
Yeah.
We would have won the game of football. You literally just contradicted your own point. You just said your own words. If Spurs had just the Kulusevski a bit more cutting edge,
shit about your game.
A bit more cutting edge, because Richarlison did his job. The midfield did their job. The defense did their job. The guys who let us down were in the top end of the pitch, out on the flanks.
Why did you mention he got an assist? I would like to give a shit. Or you give a shit then. Because you don't give a shit about assists.
What was the leading statement? When he said, how was Werner?
Do you give a shit about assists, or do you now? Do you give a shit about assists?
What did I say first?
Let me ask
guys, what did I say first when he asked about Timo Werner? What did I say first?
Do you give a shit about assists?
What did I say first?
He's not going to answer now. He's not going to answer.
Okay, then. I said he was poor. So if I'm telling you he was poor, I'm telling you that even with his assist,
Turkish man,
he still had a poor game. That's what I'm telling you.
Turkish.
I'm asking a question, man. I want to answer.
Bro. Listen, eat your naan bread and your chicken madras over there. Yeah?
Omelette, spicy omelette.
Your naan bread and your madras. Listen.
Spicy omelette.
Big up.
I'll bring some for you tomorrow. I'll bring some.
Why are you eating an omelette at 11 p.m.?
Are you eating it? Am I eating it? Do you like it?
Why are you eating it?
Are you eating it or am I eating it?
Am I eating
it? Yo. We got 4
Why am I calling me racist, by the way?
Huh?
Why am I calling me racist in the chat? What the hell?
What?
I don't know.
Nah, I need to relax, man.
Ignore that, man.
Yeah, man. Ignore it, man.
Idiots.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Probably,
you know,
generations. You don't know nothing if you don't.
Don't worry about all that, man.
Yeah, give me some tomorrow, though. I'll be real top, man. Give me some as well.
No, you ain't getting shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll give me some, man. I'm guest. I'm traveling, man.
After
you travel, you don't need to
earlier on. After
what I mean?
Come on, man.
When Poro is doing exactly what Trent does,
you know what I mean, Matisse? You know what I mean?
Trent's world class, man. Trent's world class, isn't it? Sure.
Too late now. Too late now.
We've got
Oh, dear.
We've got 4 super chats in, so I'm going to get these ones in, and then we're going to slowly but surely wrap out our prediction table update and all of that. On the conversation earlier, Blue Moon says Hughie's let it down. Gundogan is nowhere near Yaya. Watching it back now as I got in late. Please, Hughie, never say that. Gundogan is clear. Probably your age. Well, he said it himself.
It is my age.
Rasmus shit Hojlund on the same goals as best left winger in the league, Martinelli. Love United.
Right. None of them good enough. None of them good enough.
Finished,
2 Premier League goals, man.
Oh,
listen, man, them.
That finish
was beautiful.
Crazy, bro. Crazy finish.
Crazy. He had a good first half, man.
I got stocks in Hojlund, man. I got stocks.
Same here. I actually think, I actually think he's just the wrong. I think he's the wrong club, wrong. You know, everything about
he
Man
needs
United.
support, man.
He's
actually the first choice.
He's actually going to be a bad boy striker.
Rishab says, got to talk about how Enzo made the exact same pass to Sterling as De Bruyne did to Bob. Think getting rid of Sterling is one of Pep's greatest achievements. And last one here from Oben saying, SAEED, speak facts, other facts on Romero. His quality on the ball is legit scary. That's why Ops chose to focus on the one aspect of his game that is negative.
Boy, I didn't want to say anything.
Where he's a defender and he's meant to maintain his
concentration
and not become a liability.
When it's Lisandro, it's look at the passes through the lines. He punches the ball through the lines. Romero takes 5 men out of the game in the lead up to our goal. Nothing from SAEED, as I expect.
That's the super chat.
One of the goals, was he not one of the? Yeah. Say no
more. What? Go on, say louder. No? Say louder, man.
It's crazy. You see the butcher's back, by the way. You seen it, right?
I know. He left his mark booting Richarlison in the back of the leg, and the ref gave nothing for it.
Now you want to concentrate on that one, but then the guy actually.
Yeah, I do, because this guy literally runs around and kicks people and never gets punished for it.
Oh my god,
Matisse.
Yes,
I nearly forgot about Chelsea, bro.
That's fine. I don't mind. It's not a problem.
Hey, relevant. That's why.
Nor do I, really.
Bro, you're 1 point ahead of us. Why are you more relevant?
But you know they play boring football, though, man. I was bored to death, honestly. Genuinely, guys.
I don't think you play good football.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I was bored to death watching Chelsea, though.
You know why? Because you was watching with agenda-filled glasses. You wanted bad shit to happen, and it didn't happen. That's why you're bored. But now, from me, real football talk now, right? Now let's talk about the game, right? Build up play, improved. So that's good. You know, we didn't take our chances. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, we just won via the penalty. But if you watched the game, you would have seen a lot better in terms of chance creation. Almost getting to the end goal, which was getting the shots off. But in terms of the intricacies before that was good. Enzo and Caicedo this game, much better. This is what I want to see more of. It's a good step in the right direction. We've been bypassing them. We haven't been playing through them and getting them as many touches on the ball as they should. Enzo was very good this game, created a few chances. He could add a couple of assists if people took their chances, but it's a shame. It is what it is. And I thought Petrovic, listen, I ain't going to talk about too many people because it was Fulham at home, and Fulham are, they gave Liverpool some struggles midweek. They beat Arsenal, so I think Fulham deserve credit. They're a good team. They've had a tough week, and they still literally could have took a point. But Petrovic, this kid, again. No, I don't want to say new check. I don't know why anybody's saying that. I don't know where that come from. You just put that in the group chat, and then I was kind of confused. I'm not sure where that came from.
It came from some prominent big Chelsea account.
That's not very good. Can I have his name, please?
Private.
Yeah, I think his name is Peter Money.
No, we don't call people on the show like that.
No, it's not. But yeah, Petrovic was important, man. Made some big saves. I don't know where. They've brought him from in the MLS. I didn't know nothing about him before he came, apart from that he could be good on penalties, and this guy's come in. Since Sanchez has been injured, he's just been clean, man. No mistakes, no errors. He's calm, he's composed.
Keeps his place.
100%. 100% keeps his place. Sanchez sits down on the bench and watches, because until this kid gives me reason otherwise, he shouldn't be out of the team. He's calmed the whole situation down. Every game we've played and he's been in goal, I can't look at him for any faults. It's just the people in front of him making errors and making mistakes. So, yeah, man, we needed that win. Do you know what I mean? What is it? 3 wins until 40 points. I think Man United is getting close, but we got Liverpool away next. So I'm not really thinking that that's going to be a good day. So we just have to just hopefully try and plug our way back into 6th, which is, I think that's the ceiling now this season. We're not going to finish above 6th. It's West Ham, Chelsea, Brighton, Newcastle United. That's the group. Everybody else is in another situation, unfortunately. So I think that's as high as we can go. So if we can get 6th, then I guess we'll have to take that. That's as good as it will get. So that's the new aim for the season now. I know, Tobes, yes, I know you got something to say in the chat. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm disappointed. I have to say it, but I have to be realistic. You know, as we always say on this show, expectations change when the season, mid-season, you have to realign your realities. There's no point me coming here telling you in a title race or in Champions League race. We're not. We've dropped too many points. We're going to drop more points. Yeah, brother, you spent a lot of money too. And look at you. I don't know why he said 1 billion spent and walks off. This brother has spent so much money on this panel. He has the audacity to say that. And no major trophies won in the last 10 years. It's mad. How can he do this? How?
He actually just dipped. So he's not even holding no smoke right now. He's chilling.
He's saying, argue with yourself.
He said billions.
How can he do this? Anyway, when he comes back, I'm gonna recook him when he comes back. But
nah, he's cooked you there. He's actually cooked you.
Bro, that was a. Do
you know when last week when Tobes like, shut up.
Yeah. No, you shut up.
No, you shut up. Yeah, that's another moment there. This guy is so shameless, bro. Yeah. He's so shameless. But yeah, that's as high as we can go. So yeah, we have to hopefully go to Liverpool next in the next league game and try and get something, but it's going to be very difficult. Very difficult.
One super chat has come in on the subject. Love to see it. Tony says Chelsea are so far in the mud, no one even says you must anymore. It's just accepted that they can't must. That is actually the truth. It's been accepted now, even by Matisse. But yeah,
why is he wearing a Tottenham shirt?
Piers Morgan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, fair.
It's like Matisse wants to smoke someone else. Love Tony, love to everyone that has sent in a super chat. If you haven't, love to everyone that's engaged in the live chat. Big up everyone that's hit the like button. How many likes are we on? We're on 1.4k. Let's get to 2,000 likes right now as I bring up the prediction table. And as SAEED slowly but surely returns to his chair after a head.
This guy.
Sorry, what did I say, man? I forgot what I said.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
It was headshot dead, and then you just dipped, bro. Headshot dead.
Oh man, that was a little light one, man. That's a little light one. It's a little light one, man. Come on,
man. Where's the prediction table? There we are. Not much of an update, really. Couple people got a point. Rest of us got 2.
I had a bad week, man.
Bad week.
Did I collect any points, Turkish? I don't think I collected anything, did I?
Oh, wait. I'm moving mad.
It's the old one.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Extremely mad.
I think I had a bad week, you know.
I had a bad week.
I think you two got a point each.
Yeah.
Oh,
everyone else got 2 points. So yeah. Oh, you got too many files. It's not even. Let me delete this here. Apologies, people.
Too many intros, isn't it?
There we go. Yep, too many intros. Need to sort it out.
Oh yeah.
That's the updated table. For the audio listeners, TOBS still top, 91 points. I'm in second, 87. SAEED's in third, 86. Matisse in fourth, 84. HUGH in fifth with 76. And GRIZZ is in last place on 69 points. So that's how it's looking, people.
That'll be, man. Setting trends, yeah? Come on.
Need to keep you off my back.
But GRIZZ, you're getting better, though. You're getting to that 70 point, man. I think you're getting better, though. Yeah, kid.
Listen, man, this
We're getting there.
Why are you man so silent? Like, you know, you can talk.
I'm moving like Everton, bro. Got the deductions.
We get the poll results, man. I want to see who won the poll.
You know who won the poll, man. You can see it.
I can't. On God, I can't see it.
I've got it right here. No, it's done. I've got it right here.
What's the poll proof?
What's the
poll proof?
So the poll had 6,100 votes. In last place was Scholes on 15%, Lampard in third on 18%, Gerrard in second on 22%, and De Bruyne takes it on 43%.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Crazy.
I think the craziest thing is probably seeing Scholes last.
Yeah,
because that is
it just shows you, and you know what? The fact that Scholes is last, it just shows you the age group of the voters. I'm sorry.
What, all 5,000 of them?
Yeah. No, majority of them, because majority voted Kevin De Bruyne. Probably 75% of them didn't even watch Scholes play football, and I'm saying that as a Liverpool fan.
Or else Kevin De Bruyne is just the best.
No, that's bollocks.
Okay.
We'll let you have the poll.
You got the poll. You got the poll.
The stats don't lie. Stats don't lie, as they say.
Don't worry about it.
And we don't need to go full circle back to the same.
Yeah.
You know, it's their people, and I think it's one that we're going to have moving forward as well. Like I said, big plans for 2024. We're linking up tomorrow for a couple of days. We'll be linking up multiple times throughout this year. We've got the live show, hopefully towards the end of the season. The end of the year quiz. We'll still bring you that. More content coming out on this channel. Just subscribe, put the notification bell on, people, and make sure you're here, because the road to 100k. Big up everyone that's subscribed already, and big up everyone that is subscribing right now. Love United. I mean, I've seen you put this in the chat multiple times. I'm gonna put it up because you're spending money on it, but I just want to know, what would you like me to say about this? I don't know what you want me to say about it, brother. The guy went to the restaurant and he had some steak. He chose to have it the way he had it. That's not. I'm not Mikel Arteta. I'm not even Spanish, bro. I can't speak for him, bro. So, don't ask me. And RSS.
What does it prove? Everyone likes their steak different.
Bro, I don't like my steak like that. That's for sure. RSS SAEED is badly waiting for Liverpool's downfall, but it won't happen. And Turkish, please do Big Six Premier League draft of all time. You know what's? Who is this guy? Broski, who is this guy? That's exactly what we're gonna do. That's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm Matisse. What did I say in the group yesterday, bro?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if this brother's tapped our phones.
Looks like we have a rap.
This brother's a Liverpool fan. He comes on my call-ins. Yeah. Big up RSI, man, from India.
We got snitch, bro.
We got a rap, man. We got a rap.
He's been leaking our plans.
It's all mad. Luckily, we're recording it tomorrow, so no one can really get in there and do it before us. But listen, I know the draft format's been done already. Big up Filthy, big up SDS. I've seen it on their channels. I like it a lot. I haven't seen no one do a Big Six draft, and by Big Six, I mean the Big Six clubs all time. We are the Big Six. This is the Big Six show. It makes sense for the Big Six to do a Big Six draft. We're going to get that done tomorrow. That'll be out at some point in the near future, along with the top 6 strikers of all time. To round off that series. Cool. That is it, people. That is it. Word is that GRIZZ leaked the thing, and we will talk about that off air. I
did it, man.
Points deduction. No, actually, no. Let me not do that.
Points deduction, man wants me demoted to Division 2. Even the next one.
I just clocked where you were in the table. Sorry.
We deduct Hughie, man, for saying Gundo one.
He said, RS said, I am not rat. I love you all. Say no more, my brother. Say no more. I'm joking anyway. GRIZZ.
Exactly what a rat would say.
GRIZZ actually didn't know about these plans. I was going to tell everyone after the show that this is the plan, because I didn't want anyone to overthink it. Big six draft. Now you don't know.
GRIZZ wearing a wire, you know. Chat's mad. You lot are the best. You are the best and the worst in the chat. It's mad.
And on that note, hit the like button, best and worst. Both of you do that. Both sides do that. And I'm sure we'll get to 3,000 likes. Subscribe. Love for the love. We are back Thursday night, people, to review the rest of game week 21. Every week, twice a week, we're here, people. Hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. We're out. Peace.